up there! I should have trust you. You could beat the maniac. No, you're fooling me. Go away, go away! No, not the gun. I want to see your face again.
That's dead good.
I'm alive. What's up, chillers? Welcome. I've lost where I am already. Welcome to part 3 of our live ranking of modern horror remakes. I'm here with Pete, and we're thrilled that Ellwood's decided to join us again for this last part. All right there, Ellwood, how's it going?
I'm all right, Baz. So, what's the matter?
Oh, Pete, how are you, man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Living the dream, mate. It's Sunday night again, and to be fair, I'm kind of pleased that we're coming to the end of this remake business, man. I've been dreaming about remakes for the last 3 weeks, man. It's a lot of fucking remakes that we've been doing. So yeah, looking forward to getting done, and then moving on to something else, buddy.
It's been a mammoth ranking. I can't believe we were thinking we were going to get it done in one go. That was wishful thinking, I think. But yeah, only 15 movies left to go. We'll crack through them. Has anybody seen anything good horror related this week?
I've only seen one film this week, mate, that was horror related. It was a little ditty on Shudder called She Dies Tomorrow. And it's about this woman who is having dinner with a boyfriend one night, and he goes to the door to collect a pizza off the pizza man, and when he comes back, it's like the pizza man's whispered something to him, and he knows, not has a feeling, but he knows that he's going to die tomorrow. And as soon as he tells her that, the infection passes over to her, and she passes this infection on to lots and lots of people, and before you know it, it's kind of an end of the world scenario, where the suggestion of you dying tomorrow infects the other person's thoughts, and they know they're going to die tomorrow. And basically, it doesn't transmit if you don't tell anybody that you're going to die tomorrow. But if you think you're going to die tomorrow, you're probably going to tell somebody you're going to die tomorrow, or say goodbye to somebody, or some shit like that. It's got an interesting premise, and it was quite freaky in parts and really quite funny in parts as well. Like, but the ending I didn't quite get, mate. I'm gonna have to go back and probably watch it again. And it was a wee bit surreal, but I like the premise. I don't know if it went a bit A24 on my ass, a wee bit arty-farty.
Did you say it was a Shudder film? Was it on Shudder?
Yeah, it's on Shudder. It's on Shudder. Yeah, I think it was made during the pandemic, mate, and because there's a lot of that kind of in the background with the the infection stuff, that kind of thing. Yeah. You can't really talk to somebody without passing it on. There's that kind of subtext to it, but it's an interesting premise. I really like the premise. I like where it was going, but by the ending, I was just actually confused whether it was a fucking an infection, whether it was an alien infection, or whether it was just all in everybody's heads. Because once some of the people find out that they're going to die tomorrow, they do some crazy shit. One person switches off the life support for his father. His parents go upstairs and whisper to their little daughter that they're going to die tomorrow, and then it's heavily insinuated later on that they've suffocated the kid. So it's nuts. Yeah, it's a dark film, like, but I just, like I said, I don't think it nailed the ending at all. Maybe went a little bit up its ass, but I really liked its premise. But apart from that, mate, I've not seen out this week. It's been fairly busy work-wise and stuff like that.
Well, I finally saw Cocaine Bear. I'm glad I didn't see it in the pictures, because I like the movie. It was fun, but it wasn't half as good as the trailer. The trailer is so good, and I watched the movie, and it was like it was good. It was I don't know. You're right. The bear is full on CGI. Like, it's not one point in the movie where you thought that looks like a real bear. Not once. Not once. Did I think that. But yeah, it was funny enough. Had its moments. I thought it might be a bit funnier than it was, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I tell you what, I did notice. I don't know if you guys noticed this. The opening credits, the song on the opening credits. Look, I've grabbed it and I've put it next to another movie, opening credits of another movie, and listen to the music and tell me if it sounds very, very similar to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So check this out. Check this out.
Fast, you're right.
Am I crazy? Seriously, I put the movie on and I thought, this sounds like In the Mouth of Madness. What the hell's going on? How similar are those? How similar? You know, I've got to say it. I hate to say it. I think John Carpenter, he might have copied that, because that's a suit. I checked it. The name of the song, it's called Jane, Jefferson Starship from 1979 from Cocaine Bear.
Right.
And I think John Carpenter ripped off that tune for his theme song for In the Mouth of Madness. John Carpenter, what are you doing?
John Roy. What are you doing, John Boy?
Hey.
Well, you've got to get up pretty early in the morning to get one past you there, mate. Like it's like you hit the porridge, man, not the bear.
I played it like 3 times. I was like, wait, I know this, and it just came to us. I thought, I can't be the only one who noticed that. No way.
Right.
Anyway, right. So we're gonna crack on with this horror remake ranking thing. Only got 15 movies to go, but we'll quickly go on with the comments to see if there's any comments. Because I forgot last time. Apologies to everybody for not going to the comments. We just ran out of time. I'll blame Ellwood. Let's have a look at some comments. And Dave's here. Hi guys, hope things are well. Hiya, Dave, mate. Dave says, I just figured it was a video at one point. I didn't think it was a live feed. Maybe you guys just didn't make it. That's right. Yeah, we were live, and we just left it so long. There were so many comments to go through. We just ran out of time. It will not happen again. Dave says, I missed the first 3 minutes of the broadcast, which is rare. I think it was because of my track phone and me having problems with it, pressing the back button and the front button. I understand. Tech is hard, man. Tech is hard. Messes me about all the time. Dave says, I figured whatever I might have missed in the beginning of the stream, you guys must have said, hey, our chats are busted today, guys. Yeah. It was just an unfortunate thing. Yeah, totally, Dave. And Gareth's here. Hi, mate. And Sean's here. Hi, Sean. Dave says, last week I was trying to mention, while I was going to mention that in the movie Wreck, in the story, it's a satanic reason for the raging people in quarantine. It's revealed it's a scientific thing. Is that right?
Yeah, of course it is. Right.
I think, yeah, they lean more in Wreck 2, don't they, about the possession aspect of the movie, don't they? It's a lot more supernatural. The second one feels, even though it's the same thing, but it feels a lot more supernatural. Wreck 2. I don't know if you agree, Pete.
Yeah, because you've got like the demons actually talk in tongue, they're spitting out, Latin and stuff like that. So it's a full-on possession movie. Like, but what I like about Wreck, when they go in the attic and all the newspaper clippings, you do get that it's satanic rather than a virus. But it's a wee bit more eerie, if you like. And plus, like, it kind of all culminates to that twist ending. Plus, you've got a 7-foot skinny fucking absolute nightmare fodder walking about in this scary ass attic. Like, it's an unbelievable ending.
I think that's become a trope, that creature there. I've seen it, like similar creatures in so many things. Saw it in Barbarian. I'm sure I've seen it in a few other things as well. Maybe even, is it in Smile as well, near the end of Smile? Very, very similar, long-legged, tall things that are like tall as a room, looking all freaky.
The guy who did Wreck, who was in the skinny suit, it's a real guy. He's been hired by the guy who did It on Mama. He was hired on Mama, so the ghoul. Mama is the same dude in Wreck, and I believe when in the first chapter of It, when he takes on the form of a big lanky skinny zombie, that's the same dude as well. So you've probably seen the same actor in a bunch of movies now.
I haven't seen Wreck for years. Like,
are you a fan? Are you a fan, Ellwood?
When it came out, how old is it? When did it come out? 2000 and what?
7, 8, something, I think.
Something
Before
like that,
Paranormal Activity, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How do you rate it, man? Do you remember liking it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely liked it. But been a while.
I kind of tailed off after Rec 2, like I've got to say.
Yeah. Was there a Rec 3?
Is there Rec 3? Yeah. There's Rec 4 as well, isn't there?
Yeah, so I think it's Rec 3 Genesis, which takes place at a wedding, which turns into a fucking comedy, by the way, where the zombie dudes, they actually sound like gremlins cackling and that. It's fucking shit. And part 4 is on a ship. And it's, after Rec 1 and 2, it goes a little, it's a definite horror film, part 4. That's something it's got going for it. But
what's part 5?
It's pretty bad.
Coming
through from the makers of Scream 6.
Dave says, I like the Blob remake, even though they changed the origin of that as well. Did you guys like the remake of the Blob? We're right about to get onto that, mate. 8 out of 10. Twister likes it. It's a very likable film. Dave says, nice to meet you, Ellwood.
Hiya, Dave. Hiya, Dave.
All boys here. All right, guys. We know who All Boy is, don't we?
Oh, yes, it's Scotty. It's Scotty.
You're right, Scotty, mate. Dave says, Dave saw Scream 6. He says he gives it an 8 out of Boosty 10. He likes it. Way too long, but the ending was a little ho-hum, but I did find some scary whodunit fun in it, like part 5. Tad better.
It's got some decent reviews. I'll tell you what's getting decent reviews, man. Evil Dead Rise. It had its premiere this week, and the fucking critics are going mental about it. They're saying all the right things. They're saying it's got, it's violent like 2013, and it's got a little bit of Evil Dead 2 to it. So the reference in the remake and Evil Dead 2, my 2 favorite chapters, to be fair.
The best 2 properties from the franchise, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally. And they're also saying that this one gives a little bit of heart in it because it's based around the family. You feel for the characters a little bit more rather than disposable teenagers, that kind of thing. So I fucking can't wait for this film. I really can't fucking wait.
Yeah. It seems like it's the first movie I can remember where, like, I just know it's going to be good. A lot of the ones, they either look good or you expect it to be good, but it never kind of works out. But this one, I expect it to be good. I'm hoping it's going to be good. It looks good. I reckon it's going to be awesome. I reckon it's going to be really, really good. It might be the best horror film of the year.
Is it the same people that made the last Evil Dead?
No. It's same producers, obviously, but the director is an Irish guy who did The Hole in the Ground. And that's he did this movie, and Sam Raimi saw it and thought that's our guy. And got him in, and I do believe he wrote it as well. Like, so he pretty much Sam Raimi just said, "Go do your thing," and let him get on with
it. Dave says, plus Scream 6 did way too many fake out things for certain characters. One character had 2 fake outs of what was going to happen to them. Plus, it felt so PG-13. I heard that the kills were quite brutal in Scream 6. That's what I've been hearing. That it's like the most brutal of all the Scream movies.
That's right. Yeah.
I thought part 4 was. I'm not a fan of part 4, but I thought the kills in that were quite brutal. I think it's only a 15 as well.
15.
Dave says, hi, Sean. Hi, Old Boy. Old Boy says, hi, Boosty. Dave says, I like quoting 2. It's a good companion piece to Flight of the Living Dead, even though they're not connected, but similar in way. Yeah. True. Good comment, man. Good comment. Yeah. There's my son there. Hello. Hi, son. Hope you're all right. Right, that's all the comments, and right, come on then, guys. Let's get this ranking business done. We've got 50 movies to do. We'll do 5 movies, then we'll have a little fun game, and then we'll do another 5, another fun game, and then we'll wrap it up. So I'll just quickly stick the intro on for the ranking, and I'll get everything set up. Let me just get that off the screen. Comments off. Should I off? And there we go.
Audio Jungle.
Gotta be fucking kidding.
Right, there we are. There's our tier list.
I was going to ask about that because I couldn't remember where things were. Right.
There we go. These are all the ones we've done so far.
What's the Dawn of the Dead?
Them same three. Go on.
What's the Dawn of the Dead doing there? Shocking.
Dawn of the... Yeah, excellent. It's really good.
You don't like that movie, Ellwood?
Should be higher. All-time classic.
Nah, I don't think so, mate. It is. We've got an excellent. I mean, what more do you want, mate? It's on excellent.
It's pretty good. Like excellent's pretty good, to be fair.
Dawn of the Dead, the remake's not an all-time classic. Come on. The film doesn't live up to the first 15 minutes. It's really good all the way through, but it's the first 15 minutes. If the whole movie was like that, it would be all-time classic. But nah, not happening.
Okay.
Right, guys. So the next movie on the list is The Blob, remake from 1988. Is that right, Pete?
Yeah, that's right. 1988. It's directed by Chuck Russell, who did Dream Warriors, The Mask, and Eraser. The budget for this was $10 million. Trivia is a partially dissolved but still alive soldier was performed by stuntman Noble Craig, a triple amputee who lost both legs, an arm, and an eye whilst he was in the Vietnam War. He's a fucking not the best soldier, obviously. If he lost pretty much every, he's got like kind of reminds me what Bill Hicks said in a concert one time. He was talking about old people and that, like people with terminal diseases and that. He was like that. Put him in the movies. Put him in the fucking stunt cars and that. You know, let them go out with a bang and that. They'll drive off cliffs and that. They'll be in Hollywood and then compensate the family. I thought. It's a great idea. Anyway, trivia over. The Blob, 1988.
Right. Well, listen. Ellwood says he hasn't seen the movie for a long time, so I've put a few clips on, and we'll watch those and refresh our memory. Even though I didn't watch it this week, but I'll quickly roll that. It's just like a minute and a half long. Some of the best bits of The Blob. And that's the,
Gnarly.
how cool was that?
That was brilliant.
It's good, man.
That's some
That
good
boyfriend
practical
gets it
effects.
tight, like.
It's weird. That's the bit I always remember is the bit, apart from the bit in the sink, it's the bit in the car where he's like trying to feel her up.
So that was
I don't like
date. That was his date for the night. Why
that was her from Baywatch, wasn't it?
Yeah, Erica Eleniak.
Yeah.
Oh, was it really? Oh, play it again.
It was, yeah. She's really young as well. She's like, so young. But I didn't like it when her face goes like sing. That looks terrible. That man. That looks really. That's like a proper. It looks. You can tell it's a mask.
To be fair, you know how many times has that happened in real life? You go into copper feel, and let's just say it's not. What's going on the inside isn't what's going on the outside. Nasty surprise. That's all I'm saying. Like that's all I'm saying. The Blob's a great movie, man. I love it.
Like, they must have been parked up, ready to like have a bit of a snog, and she was asleep. Did you not think, well, this isn't going well? What the fucking? Oh, I'll just
that's what happened in the movie. That was the scene in the movie. He went to the back to get some drinks,
and she fell asleep.
She fell asleep, but the Blob had come. And then he comes back in the car with drinks and everything, and she's there. And he's like, she's asleep. I could do anything I want. And then he's like, I'm just there. Oh, you look hot. I'm going to open that. And then, but it all goes bad.
That makes more sense than just randomly falling asleep on the drive. Like that, Fair enough.
So, what do we think of the Blob? You go first, Pete.
Listen, I really like the Blob. I think it's great, mate. I've seen it loads since it came out, and I'll happily watch it again. I think this is an excellent movie. Excellent. I'm quite happy with excellent. Is it an all-time classic? I don't know. I think there's a couple of bits that are a bit ropey, but it's part of its charm, and it's part of its. It is as of its time, right enough.
Yeah.
But for me, excellent rather than all-time classic. But it's very close.
I've got to say, I think some of the scenes that don't look so brilliant, I think they're done. Some of them, I think they're done intentionally to give them that 50s B movie sort of feel, because it's based on on one of those old monster movies, which I have seen a long time ago. I can't really remember it very much. But I think so like the green screen stuff where you see the Blob behind you and they're like going in front of it. I think it intentionally doesn't look very good to make people think about as a callback.
The killer kid in this movie as well. I remember when I first saw it, I thought to myself, that's the first movie that I've ever seen a kid getting killed in. I think I was going to put that clip in. I should have put that clip in. Yeah, it was until like
in the sewers they're trying to escape, and the Blob, the kid falls into the water, and the Blob gets him, and she jumps in to get her, and then she can't find him. She comes out, and the kid goes, whoa! He's all messed up. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I love Blob too. I think it's a wicked film. I'm not too sure about Kevin Dillon's hair.
That's the best part. That's the best bit.
Check this out, man.
I don't know. I don't think Kevin's are that cool.
He's got Rick James hair.
Yeah, he totally has, man. That's exactly his hair. But yeah, it's good fun, man. That's what you want. To be honest, one of those movies I feel like it's probably about the best remake could do for the Blob. I think they've gone and done it. I mean, it's like it's about as good as it's gonna get, and they didn't. I think they did a bang up job. The only little nitpick I've got is the music in the film. They should have had a theme. And most 80s movies, they have like every movie's or like all their favorites, they've got a theme. But this movie has no theme whatsoever. It's just like has music going on with the scenes, but it doesn't have its own like memorable theme, which I think if they had one of those, I think it might have just pushed up a little bit. But that's just something I noticed. Like the music to the stuff that's happening, it's kind of yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. It just didn't. It didn't stick out to me. It didn't like. I didn't go. Oh, that's. It didn't get me going. It just kind of just went along with the scene. So that's my only like negative of the movie. But everything else I really like in the movie. What about you, Elwood? I know you're not seen it for a while, but how do you remember liking the movie?
Oh, I loved it when I was a kid. Yeah, it was brilliant, brilliant film. And I'm guessing we can't put it in all-time classic because it's The Blob. After all, at the end of the day, it's The Blob. But I'll go with Peter. Excellent. Definitely.
Yeah, me too. I'm super happy with that. It is a excellent movie. It's a classic horror movie, not an all-time classic horror movie, but it's a classic horror movie. I mean, it's definitely in there in like the best of the 80s. I mean, I'm happy to see it in any list that has a list of those movies that really
What was
did the business in the 80s.
that have featured on many a horror movie? The garbage disposal in the sink.
Yeah.
They have never come to the UK, haven't they not?
I don't think. I've never seen one.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
So many horror
Because-
movies.
because
I've dropped my ring. Dude. I'll just get it.
Yeah. That's why they haven't come to the UK, mate. We're far too scared for garbage disposals, man. I wouldn't have one. Like, fuck that.
I know it normally takes about 20 years from something to America to get to the UK, but The Blob was
Well,
one.
to be honest, it's not that hard. It's just, scrape it into the bin. It's not really that difficult. You don't have to stick it in a garbage disposal. Where does it go after that? Does it go like same place? I don't. Anyway, let's not have a conversation about garbage disposals. It's not necessary. Before we go to the next movie, I'll just quickly see if there's any more comments because I really, really want to stay on top of the comments. Right. Here we go. Dave says last week I figured the comments were shut off in my pants. Law. I'm glad you enjoyed the game. We've got it coming back very, very soon. Dave says hello to me, son.
Ask Dave if he's got a garbage disposal in America.
Good question, Dave. Mate, have you got a garbage disposal?
Don't put your
Inquiring minds want to know. We need to know.
They'll do it.
My sister says, "Hey, the boys are back in town. We are back and we're killing it." There's my wife. Hi, honey. Dave says the rarest thing the Blob remake did was also kill a kid off, which is semi-rare, except for maybe Dawn of the Dead, the original, the remake, and Pet Sematary. Exactly.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. I knew Gareth would be focusing on Erica.
America.
Ooh, Ellen, yeah.
I'm sure I had a poster of Erica Alenek on my bed.
I think I did as well. I think
You
Baywatch
did,
was like. I think I had quite a lot of posters. Dave says, to me and horror movies do kill off kids, but to me it feels semi-rare from what I've noticed. And to hit the funny drum again, I am 53. I'm sure you've seen plenty of horror movies, mate. It is, it's still even now. It's odd. And same with dogs. To see dogs get killed in movies, it's not with the dogs that survive. I don't know why people want to see dogs saved, but anyway, Dave says someday you guys should catch up to the films of Hammer films where they remade Mummy, Frankenstein, Dracula, mostly reimagined instead of being only remade. Yes, I've not seen the original Universal monster movies or the Hammer ones, so I have to catch up on the Universal ones first and then the Hammer ones. Someday I will. Dave says, as of nowadays, I don't like remakes, prequels. Reboots are okay, but not many. I just find my opinion. Yeah, you know what it is. I can take it as they come. If they do a good job, I don't mind what it is, as long as they make a good, fun, entertaining, just a fun ride of a movie. I couldn't care if it's one I've seen a million times, if it's a part 10, part 12, or a remake of a remake. I'm not bothered at all.
Demons?
Do you guys feel the same way?
Yeah. It doesn't really. I'm used to them now. You know what I mean, kind of thing. I don't get angry anymore when I realize anything's getting remade. It's kind of par for the course type of thing. But if they're a good movie, fair play. Hold them to his merits. I think a few on this list are better than the originals. You know what I mean? But it's a rare thing.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. I mean, 90% of horror movies are shit anyway. They just are. You're just looking for those gems. You're looking for those ones That's why you go through all that crap just to find those ones that are gonna be meaningful to you. So I mean, if they're crap and they're remakes and they're crap and they're not remakes, they're still crap. And if they're good and they're remakes and they're good and they're not remakes, they're still good. So you just gotta look at it like that. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you've got so you must be used to crap.
Say again?
You've got Shudder, haven't you?
Say that again.
You got Shudder.
Yes.
You're used to watching crap.
You're used to watching the crap.
Yeah, no,
Never
to,
true
to be fair, there is a lot of shite on Shudder. Like, to be fair, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, before all the stream business came, if someone said, "Oh, there was a place you could go where you just watch all the horror films," it's just horror films a show, nothing else, it would be like heaven to me. And now, when it comes to reality, you know, reality's not the same as like your imagination, because like after seriously after a few weeks, you're like, there's nothing I want to watch on that thing, nothing at all.
Do you remember when the Horror Channel came out on Freeview? Mm-hmm. You like that, didn't you, Vassie? I'm sure you did.
I did, yeah. I liked it very much, yeah. And I used to set me video record. I used to record all night long, and then I used to check the movies out the next day.
Yeah. Is that still going? Is that still going, the Horror Channel?
I think it is. I think it's still, yeah.
I've got that Freeviews.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch terrestrial TV. But, yeah. Right. Yeah. Dave says the kid also gets killed in the movie Demons too.
Oh, scary.
He gets turned into a demon, doesn't he? Old boy says, agree with Vass about the Blob. Think some of it is intentionally B movie and some practical effects, very thing inspired. Yeah.
Totally.
I like those like gooey sort of effects too. When it's all slimy and that. Yeah. Can't get that with CGI. You can't get like the slimy effect with CGI. Like I don't think I've ever seen it where it looks good. Yeah, I think that's that kind of. It looks like, I don't know. It just looks more real, doesn't it? Dave says, "What's that?" Dave says, my little nitpick I didn't like much about the remake of the Blob was that they changed the origin of it, changing it from outer space stuff to science, biological, run amok stuff. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah, I've got to say those bits are when the movie just slowed down a little bit, where all the government people come dressed in all those like hazmat suits and that. The movie just slowed down a little bit. Dave says, no, I do not have a garbage disposal. All right. I thought they came as standard.
Well,
Dave says my top three are probably the Thing remake, Dawn of the Dead remake, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. First and third, I definitely agree there. Dave says, thanks to Projectionist Friend and my father, I got to see the remake of The Thing and Cat People back to back in the drive. Oh, I didn't put Cat People in there, did I? Because I've not seen it for so long, and I don't remember liking it. Anybody who's seen Cat People, the remake with Natasha Kinski?
No.
I
didn't know they made it.
No. I remember it wasn't really much of a horror film. Like they didn't lean into the horror aspect of it. It was, yeah, that's what I remember anyway. Dave says, thanks to... Oh, I've just read that. Dave says it was back in 1982. I was like 12 years old. Sorry for any typos. I'm using the dreaded speech to text again. If you got it, mate, use it. Dave says, I did notice Bill Moseley showing up in the Blob, and I also think at least 3 actors from The Walking Dead in it also, yeah. You know who else is in it? One of the Frog Brothers is in it as well, from Lost Boys. You know, the not famous Frog Brother. He's in it. He's in he's in the Blob.
Yeah.
I did notice that as well. He doesn't do very much, though. That would have only just been like a year after Lost Boys as well. Right, let's get on to the next movie, guys. Let's have a look. And the next, we haven't ranked it yet, but let's stick it in excellent. That's what we decided, yeah? Excellent.
Excellent.
Yep.
I think that's bang on that. Excellent is bang on. It just doesn't quite hit it. And it's in pretty good company there.
So do you guys not have it on DVD or anything like that then? Or has it not been released?
Don't, mate. No,
Not being released.
you can't get it on Blu-ray. I think you can get it on DVD, but you can't get it on Blu-ray. So I've always kind of just waited to see if I could get it cheap on auction sites. But even if you go on eBay, because you can't get it in the UK, the prices are like 25, 30 quid for the Blu-ray. And I'm like, nah, I'll wait. I'll wait.
All right, guys. The next one is The Eye from 2006.
2008. So it's directed by David Moreau and Xavier Paul, who did. I'll show you that. That's the original cover, and they also did excellent. The directors did the Excellent Them, or ILS, which is how they got the gig. So the budget is 12 million on this. Right, trivia. Just like the original The Eye, 2002 from Hong Kong, the story takes its source from a real event that a young woman who committed suicide shortly after undergoing a cornea transplant, though she seemed to be living a perfectly normal, healthy life. So, yeah, that's the trivia on this one. The Eye remake, mate, I've got to say, I haven't seen the remake since it came out. And I quite like Jessica Alba. I thought she did a wee bit of acting in this movie. I didn't think she was terrible. I thought she was good. And she's always good value, Jessica Alba. I think, she's very pleasing on the eye. But, the movie itself, do you see what I did there? The movie itself for me was... I thought it was kind of by the numbers, mate. It didn't really take any risks or anything like that. I thought it had moments of creep and atmosphere, but in comparison to the original, where the original really kind of jumps out the screen on some occasions throughout that movie, especially the bit in the train, which they didn't replicate in the remake as well. So I was lukewarm.
That bit's in the movie. That bit's in the movie in the train where she sees like the reflection in the train. Yeah, it is. It is. Me and Ellwood watched it last week.
Yeah.
Oh, this week.
Oh, right. Sorry,
yeah.
Take it back. It
wasn't great. Like
for me,
the scene's not great.
Well, for me, the original's obviously better. I liked it. I'm gonna be charitable, mate, and say this is good. Good. It's by the numbers. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I wonder why they waited 6 years to make the remake. Normally, it's not such a long time between the original coming out and the remake. Like when they do movies from Japan and Taiwan and all those places. But six years is a long time.
No idea. But I've got a funny feeling, mate, even though The Eye was made in 2002, I might be wrong, but it might have taken a couple of years to get to the UK anyway, because I think quite a fair few movies that were brought out in Hong Kong took a couple of years to get to our shores anyway, like Battle Royale took a couple of years, that kind of thing as well. So it could be that. It could be that.
Well, you might be right, but fun fact, there's a Bollywood version of The Eye that came out in 2005.
No way.
That was called Nena, which means eyes. It came out in 2005. It's not very good. But
you sing and dance?
I don't really remember. But it wasn't a very scary movie, and a lot of the scenes were like shot for shot exactly the same. But that's what they do in Bollywood. They just copy. They're copycats, all of them. But yeah, I quite like this one. I liked it when it first came out. I thought it was a decently done remake. One of the few of these movies from Japan, like all the ones that we really like. I think they did a quite good job. I like the movie. What about you, Ellwood?
I'm sure I lent you The Eye. That's my fucking DVD.
It's not.
You never give it back, you bastard. Mine.
You don't even have a DVD player, dude. It doesn't matter, does it? But no, it's not. It totally isn't. You know what's funny? I remember Peter showing me his The Eye, and I don't know if I'm remembering this right, but the beginning of The Eye is like a little scene before the movie starts.
That's right, mate. That's right. My edition
Am I right?
has that.
Am I right?
My edition has this little scene at the just before the movie kicks in, and it's literally a picture of this, and then the eye opens, and it's the music goes and then it just goes sit tight, and then the movie kicks in. It just fucks you over.
And I remember buying this, and it's literally like a Japanese version as well. It's got all like the whatever country it's from. It's got all the writing on both sides. It's like it's got like 2 sets of languages on there, but that bit's not in it, dude. That bit's not in it. I remember putting it on because that bit probably gets you into the movie, like ready to watch the movie, and it wasn't in there. And I was proper disappointed, Pete. I thought, I really wanted that bit at the beginning. It's cool.
Yeah,
No, totally. And
I can't remember that bit either. So
you should grab that bit, Pete, and stick it up, or send it to me, and I'll put it up on my channel because it's really cool.
I will do that.
Scene, because I don't obviously that it's not widely widely available. So yeah, that'd be awesome. That I've not seen it for ages.
Did the Japanese version have those weird demony ghosties waiting for people to die to take them away? Take the souls away? Did it?
Yeah.
Did they look similar to the...
I think in the remake they look a lot more like the ones from Ghost, don't they? From the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze. They look a lot more like those ones. I can't remember what they look like in the original I'll
tell you what they look like. What they look like in the original is they look like have you ever seen that documentary called The Nightmare, which is about lucid dreams and the shadow man that comes to visit you and all that, blah, blah, blah.
No.
They look like the shadow man. They all look like the shadow man. Like,
okay.
Watch that.
It is
no, but I mean, surely so are they all going to hell, everyone that dies? Because it looked a bit like they weren't like angels taking people to a nice place. Even the little girl at the end, she's like about 7, trapped in the bloody camper van.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a demon sitting in the bloody seat at the back going.
I think they're like the minions of death. No, of the character of death. I think like they're his minions, taking them to like.
Do you know
like
it? You ain't that shit.
Do you know, like in life, Ellwood, you know, we're our lives are controlled by civil servants. In the afterlife, there's also civil servants, man. But they fucking the civil servants of death, man. That's what they are, and they were good pensions.
They were twats, and loads of jump scares as well. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. So is the original. I think most of the jump scares are basically the same ones from the original. They just did it a bit better than most movies have done.
I really liked any Jessica Biel movies, but I thought she was all right in this. I thought she was quite good. Did she end up blind at the end? I watched that. I can't remember.
No, she just she goes blind again at the end, doesn't she?
Yeah, blind again.
And then she has that big performance right at the end. She's like big performance, and like she's like everything's back to normal basically how it was before her. She's better off without them. The eyes. Yeah. So how are we going to rank this, guys? What do you think?
Good for me.
What's below excellent? Very good.
Let's have a look. We've got excellent, very good, and decent.
I'll put it in very good.
You put in very good.
Well,
you put it in decent.
What else?
You know what it is? You got to compare it with the original as well. And to be honest, it's like the original just does every scene better than this one does. This one does it decently, but I don't think. I mean, I wouldn't put the original in all-time classic, but it's better than the remake. But if the remake's an excellent, where would you put the eye?
Yeah, you're totally right.
Put it there, wouldn't you? You can't because one's better than the other. You can't put them both in excellent, can you?
If you say it like
I think we should.
You're totally right.
So we just put in. We put in. Oh, we're going to put in very good.
Yep.
Or we're going to put it in decent.
Very good.
Is that right, Pete?
It's an all-time classic.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Piranha's in very good.
I'm looking at the movies around it. I think it's all right. I like it about as much as I did Body Smashes. Yeah. Right. So we've got that in very good. Yes. We've got the eye in very good. And the next one is. Oh, no. Oh, no. Even let's look at the cover, man. Just look at that cover.
Oh,
what is that all about?
It's brilliant.
We've got The Fog 2005.
Is that Tom Welland's face?
It is, yeah. That cat looks weird now, man. Have you seen him now? He looks weird. He's very recognizable. Yeah, Tom Welland looks weird now.
I haven't seen him lately.
He doesn't look like Superman anymore.
Well, this is directed by Rupert Wainwright, who also made Stigmata, but he also made, fun fact, he made MC Hammer, You Can't Touch This video. So the maker of The Fog made You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer, man. That's awesome.
You should have The Fog.
For this is totally. The budget for this was 18 million. Trivia: Tom Welling's character Nick Castle is named after Nick Castle, the actor who played the Shape in John Carpenter's Halloween. Though credited as producer, John Carpenter described his involvement thusly as, I came in, I said hello to everybody, and then I went home. And let me see.
Surely that's with all his remakes.
I know, totally. Rupert Wainwright's last directorial feature, that's a theatrical film, as a critical and financial failure of the film led to his film directing career dying. So he's never done another film.
The film was a hit. The film was a hit. The film was a hit.
Never done another film.
It made 46 mil from 18 budget. That's a hit in my books.
Nah.
What are you saying now for?
I wouldn't say 46 million, because if the budget's 18 million, for the production budget's 18 million, then you whack on marketing, which is usually another 5 to 10 million. If you're pulling out 46 million worldwide, that's pretty disappointing, man.
I don't know.
Because it's not like this movie got,
Okay,
I'm just saying it's not like this movie found a cult
sounds
following.
like a hit to me.
He had all the Smallville fans watching it. Oh, £100 refund from Virgin Bed. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, that's.
I hate this film, guys. I can't stand this movie. It's an insult. It's an insult to John Carpenter and The Fog. It's like one of those movies that's just very cynically made. Just for the name, just for the story. Let's just do another version of this, and they just cobbled it all together, chucked it out there, no effort, loads of CGI that looks terrible, looks horrible, and they didn't even use the score for the original movie, which is just nuts. They did the same thing with Assault on Precinct 13. One of the best scores of any movie for me is the score for Assault on Precinct 30. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And they made the remake, and they don't even use the flipping score. Like one of the best things about the movie, and it's like they don't have to do anything with it. They don't have to update it; just stick it on there. And they didn't use it, and they did the same thing with The Fog. The Fog has got like awesome score, awesome theme, and they didn't even reuse it again. They just stuck some pop songs in there, which is just ridiculous. Why would they do that? It's not like they had a good movie to begin with. It was all like, I don't know. The movie is just terrible, awful. I hate it with a passion.
Bas, do you have the DVD?
No, I don't, mate. I don't.
Just asking. I have the DVD, but it was on Region 1. So,
okay. What have you done with all your DVDs, dude? You haven't got a DVD player anymore. What have you done with them all?
I think they might be done with the allotment.
You should get them out, man. Give them to me, innit? Not going to show them.
Have them. I'll dig them out.
Oh,
thanks, man. You can have them.
Actually, you know what, Ellwood? Go on.
Remember Ghostwatch?
Yeah.
The store that was on Halloween.
Yeah. It was awesome, yeah.
DVD.
Is it? Wicked, man.
Yeah, that was deleted. There wasn't many copies of that made. And I've got. Remember watching that at your dad's house, Peter, on Halloween night?
Mate, honestly, a couple of weeks ago, I showed Ghostwatch to my daughter for the first time, and I built it up. I go, "This is fucking terrifying. This you got to remember. We watched it live. We thought it was real. Blah 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 blah." And she's watching it, going, "What the fuck?" But it's brilliant, man. It's still creepy.
It's a product of its time, isn't it? It's a product of its time. All the people in it, you need to know who they are. You need to know who Sarah Green is and Mike Smith. You got to know who they are, and like they're all like kids show people, like presenters and things.
Charles and that.
Keith Chegwin was in it as well, isn't it? Is Keith Chegwin in it? I can't remember.
Checkers in there. No.
Oh, okay.
But and at the end, when it
brilliant
to be Parkinson and all the studio starts falling down.
Yeah. Totally. With the on the DVD, on the DVD or the Blu-ray, I think you can even get it on 4K now. But the special features are fucking amazing. And then you realize when you're watching the special features with the director and the writers and everything like that, just how ahead of its time this bloody thing actually was. Like, I mean, it predated the Blair Witch, it predated all you know, all this kind of stuff, and it did it really bloody well. Like, and the beauty of it is, it had the BBC on its side, and the entire viewing nation of the UK had no fucking idea that they were watching a movie rather than a live broadcast on it. It was brilliant.
I remember the newspapers.
I missed it live. Dude.
I missed it live. Of all the newspapers, it was like, "Ghosts were brilliant," and it was like on the front cover of all the newspapers, every newspaper. Was crazy.
Yeah. I think I can't remember the exact number, but I know it generated, you know, tens of thousands of complaints to the BBC. And I think one kid killed himself. That's right. If you do a little bit of research, one guy killed himself who watched it. This young, impressionable teenage lad watched it, couldn't get it out of his head, taped it, rewatched it a couple of times, killed himself, and his parents sued the BBC for wrongful death of their child. It's fucking nuts, man. But yeah, Google that shit. Some kid killed himself.
This day that the BBC don't even play Halloween on Halloween. They play like a week before or a week after.
I think they just put it up on iPlayer, don't they? They put it up on iPlayer. Then you can just watch it whenever you want, I think. That's the way things are going now.
Yeah. All right, Ghost Watch. All right, I'll drop them off for you, Vass.
Yeah, man.
I might have a trilogy. Yeah, same trilogy.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, Ellwood, I don't know if you remember this, but on one of your birthdays, I'll give you I gifted you a comic book, not comic book. It was like a movie magazine. It was an issue 1 of a movie magazine. I can't remember the title of it. The front cover was from The Beyond. That girl with her head missing there. It's like black and white cover. I don't know if you. No, I was just.
But yeah,
Rue Morgue. I can't
remember the name of the magazine. It wasn't Garzone. It definitely wasn't Fangoria, but it was a.
Rue Morgue, I'm telling you, it's Rue Morgue. If it's black and white and it's got the Beyond thing of the woman, it's Rue Morgue. It's Rue Morgue. I've seen that cover. Yeah.
It was just issue 1. It was, I think, as well.
What, are you asking Ellwood for it back? Like, are you saying, do you know that present I gave you?
No, I just wanted to see it. I wanted to see it. That's all. I mean, what am I going to do with the movie magazine? I'm not a collector. I'm totally not a collector. I would like to see it. That's all. If you had it,
it'll be down the allotment, Vass. I'll dig it out. It'll be there with me Twin Peaks VHS collection.
I'm just nipping to the toilet, lads.
So, what do you think of The Fog? You did watch it last week, didn't you? It's been a little bit of time since I watched it.
He's my favourite actor. I think he's brilliant. I love it.
Before I go to the toilet, right? You guys continue. It's garbage for me. Garbage. All right. Garbage.
Yeah. Put it in shite.
Yeah, totally. It's got to. Let's quickly go to the comments before we put The Fog 2005 where it wants to go in the bin. Right. Dave says, I have on DVD from the 90s the remake of the Toolbox Murders on DVD.
Oh,
do you, mate? Do you? Does it look anything like that? Does it look anything like that, dude?
Oh, you've got it as well. I haven't seen it. I didn't watch it.
Two disc edition, man. It's not worth it though. Honestly, it's not worth it. It's not very good. But we're gonna get onto that in a minute. I think I gave it originally a 6 out of 10. Oddly, I haven't seen the original yet. I've not seen the original. It's hard to find the original. I think it's like a super low budget movie. Dave says, I like the remake of Hills of Ice. Me too. I like it very, very much. Dave says, 8.5 out of Boosty 10. Yeah. I even like the Hills of Ice Part 2, the remake as well.
Yeah, that's on Disney. That's Disney. Oh.
Yeah. That's where I watched them after a long time. Watched them both on Disney. They're both really good. Dave says, in the Hills of Ice remake, I did not like the CGI and I didn't like the part of the ending with Billy Drago. Oh, I liked it all. Dave says, the Jessica Alba The Eye movie I found was okay. I never got to see the original version of it yet. This movie, the 11, I think I give it a 7 out of a Boosty 10. I like the movie Shutter remake better. Oh, I hate the Shutter remake. That was rubbish.
She was sitting on his shoulders.
Yeah. Dave says, to me, it seemed like, incidentally, there's a Bollywood version of Shutter as well.
No way.
You know what it's called? It's called Click. It's called Click. You know, same title as the Adam Sandler film, Click. It's called Click.
Oh.
And that's horrible as well. Although the ghosty in the Bollywood version of Shutter is much scarier than the ghost in the American remake. Much scarier. But they're both pants. Dave says, to me, it seemed like a one-person vision of Final Destination, Jessica Alba, that I kind of felt like to me. Not a bad thing per se, but nothing original feeling too. But it's an old story, isn't it, of somebody getting a body part and that body part having a life of its own. It's a pretty common thing you see in horror films. I mean, look at the movie Body Parts. It's
what was that? Oh, Monkey Shines. You remember that?
Yeah, I don't.
Good film, mate. Good film. I like Monkey Shines.
Wasn't that Memory? What did he get? He got something. God, that was a long time ago. That man, Monkey Shines.
He was. I think he was a paraplegic. I think he was completely paralyzed from a neck down, and he got a monkey. And his monkey was his helper, could do everything. But he became psychically linked. So everybody that he felt was against him or conspiring against him, the monkey would pick up on it and go and kill them. Great fucking film, Monkey Shines. Like, I love it.
Monkey Shines. I bet you haven't got enough
love that film.
I bet you haven't got Monkey Shines on TV.
No, I haven't. I think it's out.
I have to watch it again, man. I've not seen it in yonks. So many years. I remember there was a bunch of movies around that time that had like a monkey as as in a main role, not the main role, but like in a significant role. There was that Link with Elizabeth Shue in it, and
okay,
I agree. And Invented Babysitting, come on. And what was that one with
Karate Kid?
No, Creepers. That's the one, isn't it?
Oh, Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly in. That's got
Jennifer
a monkey in it.
Oh man, lads,
Significant.
Getting us excited here, man. Come on. I'm gonna put Labyrinth on it.
They're all old now. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're not from a Jennifer.
Right, Dave says the Last House on the Left remake I found was okay, 7 out of 10. Well, I thought it was better than okay. It also felt unnecessary, and part of the ending I thought was a little over the top, silly feeling. I like the ending. He revised it. He might give it a 7.5. Right. Before we get through to the last ones, let's just go on to the next movie. Oh, what did we decide for the? Well, I forget it. I know exactly what we decided. There's only one place where the fog's going to go.
Okay.
If there's anything lower than awful, I would stick it in there. If there was some abyss somewhere, we could put it down.
It is a piece of shit.
Where it would never be found again.
If I've got my Region 1 version of the fog down the allotment, do you want it?
Yeah, I can like smash it on camera. Wouldn't that be cool? I'll get a camera, or I'll get some fireworks and blow it up or something.
It's got extra features. It has Tom Welling doing commentary over it.
Oh, wow. What can
Right, the next movie on the list, guys, is The Grudge, 2004 with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's right, 2004, directed by Takashi Himitsu, or however you pronounce that, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He made the original Grudge movies and Flight 75,000. Budget for this was 10 million. And the trivia for this is the sound of the ghost that was made by the director as well.
I did that well, Pete.
Fair play to him. Yeah, fair play to him. But the Grudge remake, mate, I'm going to say, do you know what? The Grudge remake and the Grudge, the Grudge remake, the original one, it captures a little bit of the spirit because it's in Japan, but it's just nowhere near as scary. Mm-hmm. And the fact that you've got Bill Pullman in there and Sarah Michelle Gellar takes kind of, I don't know, some horror films, I think, especially ones like The Grudge, work better when your actors are a wee bit unknown because you're able to see them as the character rather than fucking Buffy or the president from Independence Day type of thing, you know? So that kind of took it out for me. I didn't think it was terrible, this film. It's no The Fog, that's for sure. But I love I mean, I would go as far as saying the original Grudge for me is an all-time classic. It's up there with The Ring.
Yeah, totally. I agree with you.
You know, I fucking.
I
love
think
it,
you
but,
put me onto that film, didn't you, Pete? I'm pretty sure you put me.
Yeah.
You put me on to The Grudge. The Ju-on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I was buying lots of Region 3 DVDs, and The Grudge was one of them that I'd heard. And I bought The Grudge 2 and all of them and stuff like that. But
Region 3.
yeah. Yeah, all the Region 3, I would say. Well, that's what I mean. At the time, horror was really kind of quiet, and I'd heard about
scary movies.
Ring.
Hard to find.
So yeah, I was shopping abroad for horror films, and I was getting things like Whispering Stairs, Tale of Two Sisters, fucking Cello, and all these really mad Korean or Japanese films, and the majority of them were good. But yeah, the remake, mate, it's a watered down version. I don't hate it. It doesn't feel like it fits 100% into that kind of universe. Even the Grudge TV show that was on Netflix recently, I even like that.
What?
Do you like the Grudge? What's it called? Sadaka versus Kai. Oh, what's it called? The movie where they put the two things together.
Yeah,
what's that?
Yeah, it's on Shudder. It's on Shudder.
Yeah, I like it, man. I like that. I enjoyed that.
Listen, I like it. I like it after a couple of whiskeys and a bottle of wine or something. It's fun, type of thing. You know what I mean? But
I think it's really well done.
It's not
Horror sponsored by Shudder. Go on, Vaz, get a sponsorship deal. He's mentioned it about 3 or 4 times.
That's true.
I brilliant Creep Show is. Oh yeah, you gotta watch Creep Show. It's broad. Great.
I actually
we did that last week. We did that last week.
We did, yeah.
I'm gonna put this in decent, mate. Decent.
Yeah. Look, I watched The Grudge. Yeah, I watched The Grudge at the cinema back in 2004, and I was hugely disappointed. I didn't get scared or anything during the whole thing, and I was, that was the time when it was just since been a year since I'd seen Ju-on, and I was raving about Ju-on to everyone who would listen, how good that movie was, how scary it was. And then I watched this one, and I would actually say to them, get it watched before the remake comes out, get it watched. Because I mean, it was just a year difference between that coming out and the remake coming out, and then I was super excited to go see it, and I was so disappointed. I didn't watch it again until literally a couple of weeks ago, so almost 20 years since I've seen it, and I still didn't like it, man. Didn't do nothing for us at all, not a thing. I don't like it. I don't think it's scary. I think it was boring. It was kind of hollow and empty, and no, it's not for me. Not for me at all. I would put it in bad. But what do you think, Ellwood? I'm sure you've seen it.
Well, I'm a big Buffy fan.
Yeah,
it's got Michelle Gellar in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like when she's a bit older and a bit skinny. I like when she's a bit younger and a bit plump. No, I mean.
Okay.
But it's live. Right. Yeah, I didn't like it. It was rubbish compared to the original. It was crap.
Yeah,
awesome. Right, so it's 2 against 1. We're going to put it in.
I think that's fine.
I'm sure you don't mind that, do you? Yeah.
Don't mind at all.
Yeah, that's not a movie you're going to fight for, is it? Really, The Grudge.
Was Sarah Michelle
Ju-on, yes, but not The Grudge. So put it in bad, yeah, along with Poltergeist and Pulse and Night of the Demons and that and all those other ones that aren't very good.
Was Buffy in part 2?
I don't know. I don't even know if I've seen the second.
She was in The Grudge 2 when she got killed right at the start.
Yeah.
Did she?
Got a couple of good movies there somewhere. I've not seen them.
I don't know if she's in part 2. Ellwood.
I've got The Grudge 2. Let me just check for you, mate.
Yeah, check.
The Grudge 2. But it's still sealed. For goodness sake.
Come on.
Just no interest in watching it. It's it says it's directed by Takashi Shimizu again. Can you believe it? He did The Grudge 2 as well. And it stars Amber Tamblyn, Jennifer Beals, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. So she must have a small role in it.
Dies in the first scene. Just to kill her off.
Right.
I don't mind the cover. The cover's not so bad, actually.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I've not seen that.
No, I can tell it's in fucking cellophane.
Yeah. It says unrated, but it doesn't actually have a. It doesn't have a certificate. Isn't that weird? I think it's American. It just says unrated. It doesn't have a certificate on it.
Is it Region 3?
Because it's unreal.
Oh, it says Region 1. It's Region 1.
Just like my fog.
Right, enough of The Grudge. The next movie, guys, let's have a look. It is... another one. The Haunting from 1999. Is that right, Pete?
Yeah, that's right. It was directed by Jan de Bont, who did Speed and Speed 2. The budget for this piece of shit, I mean, the budget for this movie was 80 million, man.
80? 80?
80,
God
man.
damn. What a waste.
Not a remake of Robert Wagner's classic, as the production company did not have the remake rights. They were not allowed to replicate even one shot of the 1963 film. Instead,
that explains a lot.
Shirley Jackson's novel. I hate this movie, mate. It's everything that's bad about Hollywood. It's Jan de Bont's worst film. And, Speed 2 was fucking horrible. But I'd watch Speed 2 over The Haunting any day of the week. It's just get a bunch of actors here. What about the special effects? Don't worry, we'll do it all in post. We've got CGI, CG scary. We'll scare them with the CG, folks, and none of it works. Nothing about this movie works. It's a piece of shit. So awful for me.
It's got a decent cast as well, but they don't do anything. Liam Neeson's crap. Owen Wilson does his wow. He's been doing that shit for 25 years, man. What's wrong with the guy? Wow. Anyway, no, it's I agree. It's total rubbish. I watched it. I got 2/3 of the way through. I knocked it off, man. I thought it ain't gonna get any better than this, and it was hard to get that far. It's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
And the house is comical, man. Everything's so big in the house. See, the fireplace is as big as my house, and the doors. They even make jokes in the movie about it. Like the doors are big, massive, huge things, like the size of a bloody house. It's crazy, man. How bad that movie is.
$80 million.
Well, it's on Paramount, isn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. Where did you say you watched the first half on?
On Now TV. On Now Movies.
No, it's on Paramount, but it's got a different cover art.
Okay.
But it's still got Liam Neeson there, so I thought, can I get away with it? Because it's got Zeta Jones in it, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
So I thought, can I get away with just looking at her for a bit? But then I thought, nah, it's got Liam Neeson in it. And
What's wrong with Liam Neeson?
A long time ago. Oh, no, it's rubbish. He hasn't made a good film since fucking Dark Man.
The Grey is a great film.
The Grey is a good one.
What, with the fucking wolves?
Yeah. It's like George the Wolves.
Crap.
Yeah,
hasn't made a good film since Dark Man, and that includes Schindler's List.
I like the one in the plane. Is it Non-Stop? That one, I quite like that one.
I've not seen that one.
Where there's a killer on the plane.
Oh, he's on
anyway,
or a train or an automobile. He's on
I don't mind his movies. Don't mind them at all. Right, so let's stick that alongside. Let's get it back on the screen. Stick it alongside The Fog in Awful, because that's what it is. It's awful. We need a good movie to talk about, and there you go. There's one right there. The Hills Have Eyes from 2005, 6.
2006, mate. It's directed by Alexandre Aja, who did Hot Tension and Horns. The budget for this movie is 15 million. Trivia is the movie and the original were inspired by the legend of Alexander Sawney Bean, the psychopathic head of a Scottish clan that reportedly killed 1,000 people to feed their inbred brood. Bean and company would set booby traps for travellers and then attack them. Eventually, their disappearances drew the attention of King James VI, who put an end to Bean's reign and massacred the entire family. Although some say the whole thing never happened and was a smear campaign by the British, many still believe in the Sawney tale. There you go.
Sorry, but I didn't know it had anything to do with this movie.
Yeah, that's what it's based on. Wes Craven read about it and did the movie on it.
Podcasts about that. Fucking hell.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of this movie. I think it's really, really well done. It's just an awesome movie, all around. What do you think, Ellwood?
Yeah, I watched it last night on Disney. Part 2 was on Disney. I haven't watched that yet. But I have watched them both when they first came out. But yeah, I thought it was beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah, cracking film.
The original, were there like sort of like nuclear fallout? Pretty. I thought they were just hillbillies in the original.
I think they're like the wrong turn cannibal sort of thing, didn't they?
Yeah, but this one
original.
nuclear like.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Well, the
mutants
original
rather
was
than.
weird. Because the nuclear.
I
had
think the
that
original,
guy-
the hillbillies, are they?
Yeah, I thought the original was just hillbillies, just weird.
Yeah. That's
That-
my
it had that guy
recollection.
instant, didn't it?
What do you think, Pete?
He's also in Weird Science. You know,
Like,
Yeah, he is.
in the weird.
yeah, he's good in, man. He's good. I went to the cinema to see this when it first came out, mate. I was looking forward to it. I was a big fan of Switchblade Romance at the time, so I was gagging for Alexandra Aja's kind of first American movie. So I watched it. It didn't disappoint me at all, mate. I actually have to say this is probably one of the rare instances where it's actually better than the original.
Yeah, much better. I don't like the original.
Yeah, I think the pacing's great. It's shot. It's beautifully shot, and it's got is it Emily DeRaven from? She was just in Lost, and she was awesome in it as well. And it's when it goes full on, it goes full on. It doesn't pull no punches. It's a good example of a remake game. I'm gonna call this one. Excellent, mate. I don't think it's all-time classic because it's not something I would seek out all the time. But I'm going to say excellent.
Do you agree, Ellwood? I do.
Yeah, dead easy to watch. Watched it last night. Dead easy. What's the guy who made Switchblade Romance? Made that, did he?
Yep.
Okay, Hills of Ice goes in excellent.
Oh.
So yeah, we're doing pretty well. And okay, guys, look, we've done. I was supposed to do this a bit earlier, but we've done 6 films there. We need to take a pause and let's do the comments, and then we're going to do a challenge. Okay?
Can I have a
last week. A what?
Can I have a wee?
Yeah, go for it. I'll read the comments.
You can't wait.
You have permission. You're supposed to put your hand up next time, but never mind. Let's have a look. Right, Dave says, "Does House of Wax count in this remake contest ranking type thing?" We did that in the first week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
House of Wax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did miss that one, mate. Oh, we liked it more than you did. Hassan says, "What film do you guys think should be remade?" Oh, we're gonna talk about that after we've ranked them all, and we'll see what we come up with. All boy says, "All right, guys, gotta get off." Thanks, matey. We are gonna keep rocking.
See you later,
Dave says, "What filmmakers remade a movie that was terrible and tried to make it actually good subjectively?" Well, I don't see how they could do that, to be honest, because to remake a movie that's terrible, if it's terrible, then it would have been a flop. Well, how are they going to make it good? I don't quite understand.
Do you know, I was thinking about this today, mate, and I was thinking to myself, because I was thinking about, what movies do I think should be remade, and I thought, instead of picking classics to remake them, why not pick something that the premise was good, it had all the promise in the world, but they just fucked it, you know what I mean? So, and then grab that promising premise and actually make a good film out of it.
So who would do that, dude? Who would do that?
Well,
Nobody would do that.
Studios wouldn't do that. No, you're right.
If an idea is like a fail, it didn't do well, no one's going to want to have another go at it. Can't see that happen.
True.
Although, having said that, dudes, I've seen Bollywood remakes of flop Hollywood movies. I don't know why they do it, but they do. I saw one of, have you seen Bulletproof with Adam Sandler and Damon Wayans? Bulletproof. I mean, I like the movie. I think it's a good movie. It's a funny movie. It's not great, but it's a good movie. But it wasn't a big hit, and they made a pretty Bollywood version of it, which is weird. Not the fact that they made it, but they would pick a movie that wasn't a big hit to begin with, and they made it. And they remade, that one with Kevin Costner in. It was called Dragonfly. I think his wife dies, and he keeps seeing ghosts of her. It's like a sort of horror film with Kevin Costner. Anyway, that was a massive big flop, and they remade it as a Bollywood movie.
I'll
It's
say
just
that.
odd.
Ghosty one. Yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I mean, whether the movie's hit or miss, it's not. If I like the movie, I like the movie. I don't care if it's like a flop or a great. But yeah. Dave says, I think I only have the single disc version of the Toolbox Murders. Look at you. If you were here, mate, I'll give you mine because it's not very good. Dave says, Phenomena with Jennifer Connelly was another of those, but instead with bugs. Yeah, but there is a monkey in that one as well, dude. There's a monkey in that one as well. They make you think the monkey's doing the killing. They make you think that, but it's not. Spoilers. Phenomena's not very good, man. It's not a very good movie at all. Phenomena. It's one of the ones I never liked, but so many people seem to like the movie. I thought, okay, maybe I'm wrong, and then I watched it, and I'm like, nah, everyone else is wrong, and I'm right because it's not very good. It's just like a stupid movie. It's like fucking Dr. Dolittle. That's what the movie is. Basically, Dr. Dolittle, but as a murder mystery. It's ridiculous. Anyway, you would say that. Dave says Creepers was also called Phenomenal. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Hell of a coincidence just now for you guys to bring that up. I gave the Grudge remake a 4.5 out of 10. Kind of okay, very silly, not really scary. That was the problem. That was the big problem with the movie. It's just not scary. Remake of The Haunting, give a 3 out of 10. I like the cast and I like Lily Taylor, but again, I'm not a big fan of CGI and really boring ghost stories. That's exactly what was the problem. It's the CGI. It was really boring and not scary. Dave says, I really did like the movie called Non-Stop with Liam Mason. Go on, Davey Boosty. He's the man. It's a good movie, guys. It's a good movie. Dave says the huge mutant in the Hills of Eyes remake was also the guy I think who went on to play Jason in the remake of Friday the 13th. That sounds right. And also had a bit role in the Hatchet #3.
Who's the main guy of the Hills of Eyes? Like the old one, though, the one that looks all weird. You know, the one that looks weird.
No, I don't know.
The one that's on the poster, the Wes Craven poster. The main guy, the main Hills of Eyes guy.
What's the guy with the beard? Big bushy. The great big bushy beard, but guy.
No, the main Hills of Eyes guy. You know, with the
in the original or the remake?
In the
original. Oh, the bald dude. The bald dude.
Oh, I don't know.
You should know him.
It should be easy enough to find his name.
No, like metal ears, all like eyes up here and that. And he was in.
His name is Donald Mirrors. No. Oh, Derek Mears, yes. Okay, I know who you mean, Derek Mears, yeah. I love Hills of Ice 2 remake. It's pretty cool. It is cool, mate. They did a good job on both. I saw Bulletproof in the theaters. I thought it was kind of good. I think it's a really funny scene in Bulletproof where Adam Sandler sings I will always love you in the shower. That's just hilarious. And I don't find Adam Sandler very funny, but that scene in the movie's super funny.
Well, Happy Gilmore's not funny.
Yeah, it's all his radio ones are fine, but the stuff he's done the last like 20 years is just.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the odd one that's okay, but mostly they're just unwatchable. Dave said I saw Dragonfly on DVD. It was okay. The guy all loopy in the chair, I can't remember his name. I think they nicknamed him the Brain, but behind the scenes they gave him that name. Yeah. Right, guys, are you ready for a game? Do you want to play a game? Yeah. Shut up, man. You know you wanna. Right, guys. So we've got the same game.
2-3 movies.
Right. Okay. Listen up, guys. We've got our game called In My Pants, and
yes.
But today we're not doing horror films. We are doing action movies.
Yes, I wrote them.
Yeah, great. But as ever, guys, watch the intro. I need you to watch the intro, and there's going to be separate. There's going to be 9 action movies going in Steve Martin's pants. Name them.
What, in order?
It doesn't matter in order.
It was
You're
in
useless,
order.
so it doesn't matter. Just do the best. I just need the 9 names. It doesn't matter what order. If you want to impress me, then do the order, but I don't think you're capable, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
So you ready, guys?
Yep.
Ready. Let me just change the banner to challenge. Right. Here we go. Watch carefully, guys. Come on. It's not really that hard. They're all big movies. They're all big movies. Right, you ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Okay.
Observation, memory. You can do it.
my socks out of the sink if you're gonna brush your teeth, all right? You're messing with the wrong guy!
The last
Right.
one was spinning around. I couldn't see it.
You don't recognize the poster? I got all the proper posters for all the movies, so the proper movie posters for the movie.
Is he?
You know what's really
Right.
hilarious? I didn't write it down myself. Which I was
Ah,
supposed
you
to do.
didn't say anything over. Right.
What?
So
Dirty
come on,
Harry.
guys. Name Dirty Harry.
Dirty
Yeah,
Harry.
Dirty Harry.
Broken Arrow.
Broken Arrow. You got it.
Cobra.
Cobra. Yes.
First
Well
Blood.
First
Invasion
Blood.
USA.
Invasion USA. Yeah.
Commando.
Yeah, Commando was there.
Commando. Awesome, guys.
That's it. I can't remember.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, there was one there with the dude standing like this,
Sound like what?
like this. Not like this, like this.
Yeah. Damn it.
Come on, guys. It's a classic 80s movie about a guy who's like a bouncer. He's a bouncer.
Roadhouse.
yeah.
Yeah,
Roadhouse. Yeah, it's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Roadhouse. So
I
we've
mean,
got
what's
1,
the-
2, 3, 4,
what's that?
5, 6.
Recently, it's so shit.
It's not, man. Shut up.
Oh, but they're all machine guns and they're all like misses every
There's
bullet.
2 more left, guys. 2 more left. Come on. Yeah. Have any of the comments about it?
Commando, Cobra, Roadhouse.
Robocop. So Robocop.
Robocop. Yes.
Yeah. Well done, Peter.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
good memory
Robocop.
memory stuff.
But I think I'm missing the very first one because I kind of, when it came on, I had my head that way and I missed it going into his pants.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
The
me
first
too. I
one.
got excited.
I'll show it again, and you'll see which one's missing.
I can take anything.
Hey, Neo, take my socks out of the sink if you're gonna brush your teeth, all right? You're messing with the wrong guy!
the Warriors.
Did you get it? The
Yeah, the
Warriors.
Well, I don't know what the first one is.
That was Cobra. That's the one I missed.
Cobra.
But you got that one. You got that one.
Cobra, dude.
Cobra, is it?
Well done, guys. You got it.
So what was the last one?
The last one was First Blood.
Oh,
Aye,
that was
First
Rambo
Blood.
first.
Yeah.
The Warriors. Yeah, saying that. That's
Right.
a good Warriors.
Yeah, the Warriors is excellent. Right. So this is the game, guys. You got to give names of action movies, and the other person just needs to say reply with "in my pants." Right. I've got a big, massive, huge list here, so I'll let you guys go first because I'm sure you're gonna have some that's on my list. So
I've got-
Ellwood, you go first to me, and then to Pete.
Oh, we're going that way around, are we?
Yeah, we'll start with Ellwood, then Pete, and I'll go last.
Okay. Well, I'll start with one of your favourites first. The Last Boy Scout.
The Last Boy Scout in my pants. Does that work? I don't know.
It does.
It does.
It does. Okay, it does. Go on, carry on.
Is it? Oh, it's me now, is it? Right. Okay.
No.
Predator.
Elwood does it too.
Right.
I thought Peter.
I didn't hear it anyway.
Peter had to do it to me.
Elwood does it to Pete, and then Elwood does it. Go on.
I
Do
have
it
to
to Pete
twice.
now.
Okay, I'll do it twice.
Keep
Okay.
going. Do your whole list, man.
Last of the Mohicans.
In my pants. That's a good one.
Go on,
mate.
mate.
I like that one.
I'm doing another one, am I? Where's it? What? Okay, The
Yes.
Rock.
In my pants.
Yeah. Going back there. Okay. No. After maybe Desperado, Peter. Desperado.
Desperado in my pants, man. I had that one as well, man.
That's the best one. That's the best one. Any more?
Yeah. Mercury Rising.
Oh.
In my pants. That's a good one, that dude. That's clever.
Under Siege.
In my pants.
Of course. Here's a good one for you. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
In my pants.
Oh, where? How about The Hunt for Red October?
In my pants.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got Die Hard, Predator. Now You See Me. Bad Boy.
That's a good one, that dude.
That's a good one, mate. That's a good one.
And Welcome to the Jungle. There you go.
I like that one.
Very good. Go on, Pete.
Right.
Do me first, then Ellwood.
Okay, so I've got Maximum Risk.
In my pants.
Fucking right.
Yeah. Let me see. Hard Boiled.
Yeah.
Say it then, Ellwood.
In my pants. Sorry, it's my turn. Sorry, I forgot.
Thank you. All right, Massey. Rapid Fire.
In my pants. That's a good one, dude.
Hard Target.
Hard Target in my pants.
Yeah. The dick joke.
It is.
It is. Let me see. Trespass.
In my pants. That's a good one, that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Double Impact.
Double Impact in my pants.
Yes. I'm trying to remember. I think I just wrote every action movie down I could possibly think of. Universal Soldier.
In my pants. No, that's not right.
Doesn't work that one. Let me see. I had Under Siege. I had Con Air as well. Desperado. Yeah.
The
Cliffhanger.
Mummy. Cliffhanger in my pants.
Cliffhanger in my pants. Okay. Yeah, I'm out. I'm spent.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? I'll do it to Ellwood first, then you, Pete. Okay. Right, the first one to you is Missing in Action.
In my pants.
Okay. To you, Pete. Sudden Impact.
Wow, sudden impact in my pants. Right. I like that.
Right,
one,
to you, Ellwood. Unlawful Entry.
In my pants. Hey, after 2 weeks of this, we've got a lot going on in our pants, haven't we? We've got everything going on in our pants.
Yeah.
Are
you ready, Pete? Are you ready, Pete?
Yeah.
Blown Away.
In my pants. In my pants. It's a good one.
Are you ready, Ellwood?
Hmm?
No Retreat, No Surrender.
In my pants.
All right. Okay. Are you ready, Pete?
Movie.
Yeah.
Bad Boys.
Oh, in my pants.
Okay. Are you ready, Ellwood?
Yes.
Double Team.
Double Team in my pants. It's a bit prepared, isn't it?
Are you ready? Are you ready, Peter? Fire Down Below.
That's actually true tonight. In my pants.
Okay, I looked this one up. So there's a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie from 2015 called Pound of Flesh.
In my pants.
Okay, is it Chuck Norris movie from 1982? Silent Rage, Peter. Silent Rage.
Silent Rage in my pants.
In your pants.
And the last one, Ellwood, The
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious.
In my pants.
Right, we got some suggestions as well from Dave Bushney.
Well, what does Dave
Actually,
say?
the first one's really good.
What's
This
Dave
one's
got?
for you, Ellwood. The
What?
first one's for you, Ellwood.
Okay.
Clear and present danger.
In my pants. Good, isn't it?
That's a good one.
Yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Not actually a movie, but never mind. Die
Pants,
Hard
My pants.
in my pants. Yeah.
That's in my pants.
Raw deal,
Why do we say
Peter.
that?
Raw
Raw
deal.
deal in my pants.
Do you have a raw deal in your pants?
Raw deal in my pants, man. Especially after them noodles, man.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon as well, and No Time to Die, Ellwood.
No Time to Die in my pants. I guess it isn't.
Nah, it's not the right time.
Yeah, Escape from LA. I don't know how that one works. Double Team. We had that Double Team. On Deadly Ground, and The Witch that came from the sea in my pants. Moving on. Right, that's the end of that one. Let's get back to this game. And right, the next one on the tier list. Can you see that? I've got it on the screen. Is the Hitcher remake from 2008?
Yes.
Is that right, Pete?
2007. It was
Oh,
directed by
supposed.
Dave Myers, who literally has made like 1 million music videos and a lot of fucking Coldplay music, man, which says a lot. Trivia on this one: Rutger Hauer, who played the character John Ryder in the original, was offered a cameo but declined for artistic reasons. Hauer has since said in the press, although not lately, that he he's yet to watch the remake, and according to some of his friends, he shouldn't bother. Despite being credited, Eric Red did not work on the screenplay, and Eric Red did the original screenplay for this. I watched this, mate, as part of my kind of research. I give this movie a second chance because I watched it when it first came out, and I remember it being the Antichrist. I liked it a little bit more than the first time, mate. The violence is quite bone crunching, and they don't wimp out of showing you the guy's body bursting and stuff like that, which was nice. But what I couldn't get away with, well, two things, mate. The cast are very kind of generic, the very beautiful Friday the 13th remake.
I thought they're quite likable.
That's my take on it. And Sean fucking Bean, man. Sean fucking Bean.
He's good in this, man. What's wrong with you? He's a good actor.
He's just not, though. Well, do you know what? It's Sean Bean being Sean Bean, I guess, but it's paycheck Sean Bean. He's turning up, you know. I didn't like this movie, mate. I'm going to give this decent, and that's because I liked it better than the first time I saw it. But if we're comparing it to the original, I do think the original's an absolute masterwork of a film. Like, I think it's
I'll agree with that.
It's a movie that fucking film students should be writing their thesis on. It's that good. So I'm going to give this decent, and I think I'm being generous with that.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. The original is like it's like a perfect film, almost perfect film. I enjoyed this movie. I remember when it came out and I watched it, and I was like, that was pretty darn good. That was, and it's got a good action in it, and it's got a good soundtrack. 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. I'm a fan of 9 Inch Nails. I enjoyed it, and it's very short. It's not even a long film. It's like an hour and 20 or something, hour 25. It zips along really fast. I think it's a very good film, but that's my opinion. An easy watch, enjoyable watch. I have a good time with it. I'm glad you like it better than what you said, because it's no way a bad movie, man, dude. I mean, what your problem there, Pete, is you just comparing it to the original, and that's it. You're not looking at it on its own merits, but it's a fine film. What do you think, Ellwood? Have you seen the remake?
Love it, absolutely love it. Sophia Bush, man, how Peter, man? Have you got eyes?
She's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, she's gorgeous, but she's no C. Thomas Howell, man. And that's another thing, right? That's another thing.
Cowboy, but
I'm just saying that's another thing. You know, there's no reason at all in the world to have two people in that car at the start of the movie, man. The reason why it's so tense in the original The Hitcher is because it's C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer, and that's it. Like, that's why that scene is so bloody perfect. The setup for the movie, and they fudged that for me.
Fuck Rutger Hauer. Sophia Bush. About those thighs. Jesus Christ.
Got nice thighs. She has got nice thighs. Like, she has.
God, yeah. I'm a Tree Hill fan, so obviously I know her from Brooke in Tree Hill. One Tree Hill. And I loved it.
One.
Everything about it.
Yeah.
I've watched it loads of times. I watch it again and again all the time. Just like Waxwork.
Don't you think it's underrated? It's underrated.
Yeah,
I think it's underrated. Film.
Waxwork and Hitcher are my two go-to horror movies. But you've already rated Waxwork.
And why not? You know, Waxwork doesn't really hold up. I've got to say, I watched it like not so long ago, and
I think it's just the leading lady's final girl sort of thing, like that gets you know what I mean. I'm like, woohoo.
It's a good movie. I even like the sequel.
I felt the filler there.
Yeah, I love the Hitcher. Sean Bean was brilliant. He was so scary. He totally wanted to die. He knew he was a fucking psycho, didn't he? He just wanted to die all the way through it. And at the end, when she got courage up, because he's like a pussy at the
Maybe I'm being harsh on Sean Bean. He was all right.
Is the film too slick and polished for you, Pete? Is that what it is?
It is a wee bit slick and polished for us, mate. I missed dogs. I do like the original where the dog's licking that blood and dead man's neck and stuff like that. I miss my dog licking the blood scene. Like, I don't know. Do you know what? I just didn't. How can I put it? In the original, I cared for C. Thomas Howell's character. I wanted him to succeed. To be fair, I would have been quite happy for Sean Bean to have killed a lot of them. To be fair.
You got to admit, Sean Bean was really good in this movie.
I agree. He's really good. He's like menacing and
so scary.
Cool, and
you wouldn't pick him up.
But to be fair, I did like that scene where he gets into bed with her and she thinks it's her guy type of thing, and she starts going ooh ooh, and she goes, "Are you horny?" or something like that. And he jumps on top of her, grabs her by the fucking face, and goes, "No, I'm not fucking horny." It reminded me of a scene from. Have you ever seen a film called Room for Romeo Brass, where Paddy Constantine's on a beach and he plays this nice character, and then this little kid says one thing and he turns all fucking psycho on him. Great scene. So I did like that bit.
Okay, so what I think is very good. What do you think, Ellwood?
Oh, very. Oh, I've watched it about 3 times this year.
Crikey. Impressive, dude. That's commendable.
I know.
So go on, do you rate very good or excellent?
Well, I'll have to go very good. It's not going to go. It can't go an excellent because your criteria is just so strong, and isn't it? So
yeah,
very good, I would say.
Yeah. So I think you outvoted there, Pete. It's got to go in very good. Yeah. I mean, you compare it to the original, yeah, and if that's all you do, and it's never going to come out very well. But on its own merit, it's a very good film.
What's in very good? I forgot. What's in very good? I mean, what's in all-time classic?
Let's have a look. Just got 3, mate. Evil Dead, The Fly, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Right. What? And Bram Stoker's Dracula is an excellent.
Is an excellent, yeah.
Do
you not like it?
I would put it in excellent, like with the Blob and the Hills of Eyes. You got to put the Hitcher with the Hills of Eyes. Same sort of shit. But mind you, you put House of Wax in, but he's very good as well, and you haven't moved that up one.
This is very good. That's all it is. It's very good.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, dude. You can cry about it, but that's where it goes.
I won't get asleep.
Sorry about that. Right, guys. The next one is House on Haunted Hill, which I watched today. You got anything?
So this was.
Go on, Pete. You first.
Yeah, this was from 1999. It was directed by a guy called William Malone. The budget for this was 19 million. Trivia is William Malone got the idea to set the movie in a former insane asylum when he was filming an episode of Tales from the Crypt in a former asylum, and noticed that the crew members were running scared out of the basement, not wanting to film there. That's the trivia. I've got to say, mate, I don't really remember much of this film apart from what my original take on it when I saw it all them years ago was that it was very fucking polished, that it was very studio, and it didn't really I remember it looking quite nice, the production design, but it didn't really do anything for us, mate, and that's about all I can remember about this thing. So I'm going to put it in decent because, well, that might be unreliable because I can't really remember it very much.
You, Ellwood?
I can't remember it at all. I know there's a bunch of people, wasn't there, going to have to stay in a house overnight.
That's it. If they stay overnight, they're going to get $1 million, but the house is like haunted.
Oh,
And the wifey and the husband are trying to kill each other at the same time.
Did anyone win?
Yeah, they did.
I think with the haunting, like the proper haunting movie. It's not. What's it a remake of?
The House on Haunted Hill. Like a black and white William Castle film.
Is that like nothing to do with all the Mike Flanagan fucking haunting and fucking?
No.
Got nothing to do with that.
Nah, nothing at all.
House looks the same.
No.
House looks the same.
Funny thing is, it's not even a house; it's an insane asylum. I don't even know why they call it House on Haunted Hill because it's not actually a house.
Oh, it's not even a house.
It's an insane asylum. That's what it was. It was like a mental hospital.
Oh,
strange. Yeah, look, guys, I watched this today, and this is probably I think it was made by Dark Castle, innit? The people that made Tales from the Crypt. They started making movies. So they made Demon Knight, but it's part of Tales from the Crypt. And they made Bordello of Blood, but it's part of Tales from the Crypt. And they made another one which was shit. And then they made the studio themselves, Joel Silver and Robert Zemeckis. And then they started putting these movies out. This one and Ghost Ship, and what was the one?
Gothica, I think.
Was it Gothica? What was the one? There was House of Wax as well, and there was the one with the house. We just did it, I believe, last week.
Yeah.
With that house, 13 Ghosts. That one, yeah, and they did 13 Ghosts.
Yeah,
and 80% of this movie, I think it's the best out of the lot of them because it's a lot of fun. There's nice, cool creature effects in there, and everyone looks like they're having a good time. And Jeffrey Combs is in there, and he's always good value. And the main guy in there, Jeffrey Rush, I think his name is like a proper actor dude, but he's like proper going hammy, full on hammy. Vincent Price in this one, and he looks like he's having like a whale of a time in the film. But the last 20 minutes, dude, is when it goes all like The Haunting does with this awful CGI ghost that comes out at the end, the big reveal at the end of the big ghost that comes out, and it's awful. It ruins the whole movie. It's probably one of the worst endings, like the last 20 minutes of a movie. It's worse than It. I can't think of a movie that goes downhill as fast as this one does. The last 20 minutes is just awful. It's almost unwatchable. It looks so bad. And all the other stuff, it looks really, really good. Like I said, the creatures look awesome, and the kills are good, and the blood's good, and everything. It's a really good time until the last 20 minutes, and it just goes off the rails, man. It's so bad. And oh man, is it a bit that's so embarrassing? So there's a guy who's like, his family kind of run the house, and they're renting it to this guy supposed to be like a Vincent Price character. And he gets killed, and he's a bit of a comedy character. And at the end, this black ghost thing, everyone that they've killed kind of gets absorbed into this black ghost. So all the faces pop up, or the people that have been killed, except him. He comes out as a ghost, and like a bloody Scooby-Doo ghost, and like saves them at the end. He like kind of opens a window for them because they're all locked in. And you just see him, he comes out, and he's just, for no reason, he's a ghost, not a part of the even though he got killed the same way as everybody else. But for some reason, he's like apart from them, and he just kind of lets them escape, and then that's how the film finishes. I'm like, what kind of writing is that? They just kind of just made it up as they went along. And the very, very last bit of the movie, all of a sudden, the envelope is sticking out of like they managed to escape the house, and they're on the other side of the window, and there's a bloody letter there, and inside is the checks, the $1 million checks. Why is that there? Who put that there? It just happens to be there, sitting there waiting for them, and they open and go, "Oh look, we're rich." Ha 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 ha! And then the film finishes. I'm like, what? I don't know, man. They got 8% through the movie and said, I don't know, we're lost here. Let's just make it as we go along, and it's shoddy and awful and horrible. So I think the movie's very good, but that last 20 minutes is downright awful. So I've got to stick it in. I would stick it in bad, because honestly, it's so disappointing at the end. You want to watch a horror film, and at the end of it, you want to be like, that was all right, or that was good. But you can watch a movie that's got all these good bits in it, and at the end, they mess it up so badly at the end, it affects the whole movie. So all the bits
I've watched horror movies where the start, the first 2 sections of the movie aren't strong, but if it ends well, I like the fucking horror movie. The ending's the most important part, man. You need the payoff.
Yeah. Yep. But the end of this one is really, and there's a sequel as well, Return to House on Haunted Hill, which I didn't even know existed. Don't know, that one totally passed me by. But yeah, you know what? I don't know. So I stick it in decent. 80% is very good, in my opinion. But the last 20 is just so bloody bad. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll stick it in. I'm going to stick it in. Let me just change this thing. I'm going to stick it in decent because I'm feeling generous, but it really doesn't deserve it, because it's just embarrassing the last 20 minutes. The CGI, man, is so awful. It's like cringing at it. It looks so bad, because the rest of it looks so good. Like, anyway, so we'll stick it in decent, because I guess I'm in a good mood. And the next movie, guys, is The Last House on the Left. 2009. That'd be right.
2009. So So it was directed by a guy called Dennis Aladis, who made Shadow Walkers and Delirium. The budget for this was $15 million. According to Gore's Own magazine, the film was intended for a direct-to-video release in October 2009. However, after positive test screenings in 2008, it was decided to release the film theatrically. I have to say, mate, I like this movie. I like The Last House on the Left remake. I thought everyone in it was menacing, and they played the parts well. I thought it was dramatic enough. The violence was, you're supposed to wince in this movie, and I winced a lot in the movie. I cared about the characters, and I liked it, mate. And for me, and I might get some shit for this, but for me, I thought this was better than the original. The original's ropey for me. Like, it's got some really nasty scenes in it, but it's all over the place as far as a Wes Craven film goes. So I thought it was a lot tighter than the original. I'm going to put this in very good, mate. Very good.
Cool. I've never seen the original. I don't really want to. And to be honest, it was because of the reputation of the original. I really didn't want to watch this movie, but I just happened to watch it, and I was very surprised how good it was. Like, it's very well made. It's interesting. There's a little bit of like skill in the movie. Like, everything's done. Like, the tension scenes are very well done, and I don't know. I just think it's a lot better than it should have been. I've got to say, it's a lot better than it should have been. And it's done it like that sort of story. It must be really hard to make that palatable, and they've made it exactly that. They've made it palatable, but it's still hard hitting. But it doesn't go over the top. But all the right parts of it are still there. So I really liked it, and I really like the ending as well. It's very satisfying. And there's nothing too off-putting in it. I thought it was really well done. Tense movie. And weirdly enjoyable as well, because it doesn't go too far that way. So I really liked it. I'll give it very good as well. What about you, Ellwood?
Well, the original was the proper video nasty, wasn't it?
I think it was,
I mean, it was banned, wasn't it? Oh, where
banned for a long time.
I think it was, And I Spit in Your Grave as well.
Is that where we got it? I don't know when we watched it.
Most likely.
I didn't watch Last House on the Left until it was unbanned, if that makes any sense. So I was kind of late to the party.
Oh, it's gritty, isn't it? It's nasty, isn't it? The remake is as well.
Yeah.
It is. All the rapey shit. But when she gets the revenge, that's when the movie starts, isn't it? That's when the main bit of the movie starts getting revenge, getting the fucking kills. Yeah, that's the best bit, yeah. But I don't know, the rapey stuff, and it's nasty, isn't it? And I think, did they make 2 and 3?
That's I Spit in Your Grave, isn't it?
Yeah,
I Spit in Your Grave, is it?
Grave, yeah.
Aye, well, that was nasty as well. Fucking hell.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I would put it in decent.
Well, it looks like y'all voted because we think it's very good, so it's going to go in very good.
Oh, damn it.
Sorry there, Ellwood. I'll vote on what I think, I would definitely defer to your opinions, but I'm getting all mine put exactly where I want them, so I'm super happy.
Who was in the remake of the Last House on the Left? I can't remember.
Aaron Paul's in it, mate, from Breaking Bad.
No way. Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he plays one of the perpetrators. He's really good in it as well. Like he's really good. I think that was before Breaking Bad really kind of took off, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's really good in it.
I might have to watch it again.
Right, guys, the next one is The Ring from 2002, I'm guessing. Actually, before you do that, Pete, let me just quickly go to the comments because I don't want to get left behind. Michael Park says, video nasty, literally about a lady that chops men's private parts off, so thought appropriate. Oh, I got you. That was his suggestion of the witch that came from the sea in my pants. There you go. That was the reasoning behind that.
Okay.
Dave says, I found the remake of The Hitcher unnecessary, but at least it was kind of watchable and was sort of okay. Sean Bean just didn't have the same magnetism as Rutger Hauer for it. 4 out of 10. Ooh.
Dave, you're
wrong.
wrong.
Your side there, Pete. Dave says, Sean Bean is always really good and he was okay as The Hitcher, but for me, he just didn't have the same presence as Rutger.
Rutger Hauer, he makes fucking Guinness adverts, doesn't he?
Rutger Hauer is immense in this movie.
It is his best role. It's definitely his best role, in my opinion, The Hitcher. Dave says, the thing I'd most didn't like about The Hitcher remake was that they changed the part of the ending. Give the remake a C, he says. Dave says, I got to see House on Haunted Hill remake in theaters. I'll give it a B+, a 9 out of 10. It didn't like the crap CGI ending. Obviously, didn't spoil it for him. Plus, the story overall I felt could have been tighter and better, but for what it was kind of good and entertaining. I thought the sequel was okay, but not as good. Interesting. 13 Ghosts with a Glass House there, Vass, was also another dark house. That's the one I was thinking of. I watched Ring You and the American version, The Ring, all in one day back to back on pay-per-view for free, thanks to a black box back then. Good show. I actually like the Korean version better and actually a little more creepier than the American version. I'm not a big fan of both, though. 7 out of 10. I'll give the original 6.5. Oh, the USA one, 6.5.
Oh, right.
Just for me, Pete, the original Last House on the Left was better than the remake, because the original one, the violence came out of nowhere and was very graphic and very sudden. The twist at the end was pretty original for its time, also, and again graphic for its time. It was taking the common person and turning it into total violence. While watching the remake of Last House on the Left, we already know it's supposed to be brutal, it's supposed to be graphic and violent beyond belief, but say for example back in 1972 or 74, whatever. And last one, Dave says nobody back then must have known or experienced an idea that it would be so graphic ahead back before Texas Chainsaw. Totally. Right, Pete, The Ring.
Right, okay. The Ring is 2002. It was directed by Gore Verbinski, who did Rango, Pirate, Mouton. The budget for it was 48 million. Trivia, the cursed video is available as an Easter egg on the DVD.
Ooh,
so look here, press down, and your cursor will disappear, press enter. And then this has an interesting feature. Your remote control is disabled. once the video has started playing, you can't stop it, pause it, or fast forward through to it, or return to the menu. Unless you turn off the TV, you're forced to watch the whole thing. When it's over, the DVD returns to the main menu, then you hear a phone ring twice before you're finally given the control over your DVD player again. That's a pretty cool special feature.
Can you pull your lead out?
Can you
We
what?
have SCART leads these days.
SCART leads. I totally. When you can pull your SCART lead out, are you? Quite right. You're like that. Dong dong, chong, pull the SCART leads out. Like that. Oh, I'm watching video. Oh, I'm trying to get it. Oh, like that. It's that big and that. Oh, what are you doing with that thing? What are you doing with that? It's the SCART lead. Oh, you've got one half over your shoulder and that. Massive, man. Massive.
Oh, boy.
Right, okay. Listen, I love the original. You know, it's one of my all-time favorites. The original.
I know you do.
I do think it's amazing. But I really like the remake as well. They did something a little bit different with it, which I think kind of works. It's shot beautiful. Naomi Watts is very good in it, and that creepy kid's also suitably creepy in it. And it's got some good scenes, you know. But the thing that damaged the viewing of the Ring for me is I knew the end. You know, if you've seen the Japanese original beforehand, you know exactly how it's going to end. So it doesn't have obviously the big punch in the guts that it does with the first time you saw it, but you know it's executed very well, and you know I'm going to put it as very good, very good.
Yeah, I like this one about the same as I do the original. I've got to say, I think this remake has got a better looking long-haired woman coming out the TV. I think she looks better in this one than she does in the original. She does, Pete. She does.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have the broken puppet movement that she does in the Japanese version.
But when you see her face, I think she looks scary in this new one. And
the face, yeah, you don't really see her face in the original at all. To be fair, you see her eye, and that's it. But no, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's as scary as people were making out to be. The remake, but it's enjoyable. I like it. Yeah, I would stick it. What did you say? Very good.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah, just in the very good for me. What do you think, Ellwood?
Yeah, the cover was just an eye, wasn't it? With a hair and an eye.
On the original, it was. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Have you got it? Turn around, Vash. Oh, you'll have it there. I think there it is. There, Queen. There. Have you not got it?
I've not got the original. No, I haven't.
You haven't got.
I'm not that massive big fan of the Ring or the Ring 2 or Ring 0 or Ring all. How many Ring movies is there, dude?
With the eye. The original. Not the American one. That's rubbish. But yeah, I watched the original when I didn't know what was going to happen.
Can't see that, dude.
It paused for me.
Oh yeah, just about to see that. There you go. Yeah. Cool. Cover that, man, dude.
Yeah, it's a steelbook.
Creepy.
Oh. Yeah, I watched the original when I didn't know, and when she crawled out the telly, fucking hell, that was scary as fuck. That shit.
Yeah.
So when I watched the remake, I was like, well, she's gonna crawl out the telly, isn't she?
Exactly.
The crack. Yeah, put it in there. What do you say, Peter?
I said very good because it's quite slick and it's done very well.
You know those little scenes, those little dream sequences with that was quite spooky, wasn't it? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, go on, put it in that then.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. It's not a film I'm crazy about or anything, but
no.
It does what it says on the tin, sort of thing. I can't pick it up. There you go, got it. So we'll stick the Ring 2002 in very good. That was very good. There you go. Yeah. Actually, I think it's better than the Eye. Not as good as the Hitcher. About the same as Last House to the Left. Oh, did I speak? You're getting very good. Did you put that in there, Pete?
Yeah, because you haven't seen it. So
no, I haven't seen it, have I?
You don't want to.
Right, guys, we've got 2, 4, 5. We've got 5 movies left. Before we go on the thing, we're gonna have to do another challenge, mate.
Oh dear.
On the home stretch now.
Oh, let me just see if there's any more comments. Thing cost Pingu. Where the hell am I at? Oh, it's fine. There is none. We've covered them all already.
That's good.
Right, guys. So this is our one-word movie quiz, and let me just stick the.
Oh, let me do it the other way with tree and
I like this one.
Right, guys. Let's get that off the screen. And same as last week, I'll give you a one-word clue. I guess we'll go to you first, Ellwood. You can try and guess the movie from one word. If you can't get it, it goes over to Pete.
Horror
He's
movie.
gonna get a second word. And if you can't get it, there's a third clue, and there's only 4 clues altogether to get the movie. You'll definitely get it by the 4th clue. But last week, all the movies were one-word movies,
Yes.
like Jaws and Tremors,
Oh yeah.
Poltergeist. This week, they're 2-word movies.
Oh.
So your guess has to be a movie with 2 words. If it's not got 2 words in, it's wrong, dude. Okay?
Okay.
So you guys did super well last week. You guessed them all pretty damn quickly. So I'm not sure if I've made it easy or not easy. So, right, Ellwood, are you ready for your first word
Yeah.
to guess the movie?
Okay.
Right. I don't know. You know what I've done this week? I've done one from each decade. I don't know if that's going to be helpful to you. So I've done one from the 70s first.
Oh, how
For
well.
you, Ellwood. It's fine. You'll be all right, mate. So the first clue is antique.
From the 70s with 2 words.
From the 70s. 2 words. The first word is antique.
Fucking 70s. I was born in 76, just like you were.
We all were. Please don't remind me.
Antique.
Antique. From the 70s.
The first clue is the hardest clue. I can't give you the easy clue first because you'll get it in one, innit?
Antique. I don't know.
Okay. Are you ready for your clue, Pete?
Yes.
All right. So the first clue is antique, and the second clue is writer.
Writer. Antique. Antique writer.
Antique writer.
It's got to do with an antique. And
70s.
Huh?
70s.
70s.
It's a long time ago.
Writer.
Do you want that? Do you want the next clue?
Yeah, go to Ellwood for the third clue.
Right. So the first clue was antique, which is admittedly a hard clue. Second clue was writer,
Writer.
and the third clue is window. So something around antiques, something around a writer, something around windows. So think of a movie where a window features quite prominently in it,
Yeah,
and
right.
a writer is in there.
That Johnny Depp movie.
It's not from the 70s.
70s,
Johnny
dude.
Depp will be like, your sperm.
I thought you would have got it on the window, like, but
What's that Johnny Depp movie though? When he was in the Stephen King one.
Rear Window.
The
No,
window.
not Rear Window. Secret Window. Secret Window. Yeah.
I like that train of thought, though, Ellwood. Good train of thought, that.
So what we got? Window.
You'll get it on the last clue. You'll get it on the last clue.
What we got? I've forgotten the words.
So,
All right. Antique, writer, and
Right.
window.
Window. Misery.
it's going to be 2 words.
No.
From
No.
the 70s.
Misery 2.
Are you ready, Pete?
I'm ready.
You should get it on this one. Are you ready, Pete? Right. The last clue. Okay. Antique, writer, window, crucifix.
Yeah.
Crucifix.
Oh, it's The Exorcist.
No.
No.
That's a good thing there. It's good train of thought there that led you to there. But use that train of thought
Okay.
and see if it leads you anywhere else.
Okay. Antique.
Because window is, you're right, window works. Crucifix
Yeah.
works. Writer doesn't work. And
No.
antique doesn't work. But it
Antique
does on my
work.
movie.
Antique does
Is
work.
it?
Yeah.
I've got a guess, but I'm not going to say it.
Right, go for it, Ellwood. Guess. Because I don't know.
Is it not The Omen?
No, it's not the Omen. It's Salem's Lot, dudes. Mr. Straker owns an antique store.
Of course it is.
Yeah, the dude's a writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben's a writer.
Yeah.
And there's a window
It's an
scene,
antique store.
The window with the.
and there's vampires. There's that crucifix scene where he wraps the thing in the vampires and gets the vampires.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does it make
That's
sense
good.
though? Yeah.
Yeah. These are harder than
Doesn't
last
make
week, Vast.
Are they harder? I didn't give you the decade. Imagine if I didn't give you the decade, you would have had like no chance whatsoever. Okay, we're gonna go to 80s. Hopefully 80s will be easy for you guys.
Yeah.
It's your turn first, dude. You ready? Peter, your first clue is Reverend. Peter, Reverend.
Silver Bullet.
A move. Oh, you dick. Silver.
Yay! Silver
How
Bullet.
did you get?
Excellent.
Because it's
second clue was-
in the 80s, it's got 2 words, and the Reverend Law is a werewolf.
Yeah. The second clue was red. The third clue was
red.
firework.
Yep.
Firework, and the last clue was wheelchair.
Wheelchair?
You- Kill that, mate. He's not in a wheelchair, the kid.
Corey Haim's in a wheelchair. The
Who?
Silver
Fred
Bullet.
Sa-
Fred Savage. Fred Savage isn't in Silver Bullet.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I know it. No, he's not.
Oh, I do. Look, I've
He's
got
a
another
vice
80s one.
president.
Maybe.
Is he not? I thought he
He's
was.
what are you? That's bad.
Are you ready, Ellwood, for the next
Oh.
one?
What? Yes, I'm ready.
Right. The first, another 80s movie. Another 80s one.
Fred
Okay.
Savage.
The
Vice
first
versa.
clue is Western.
And this is 80s.
80s. So a movie that plays like a Western.
And it's a horror movie.
Hmm.
Horror Lives Matter. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. A Western. Isn't it?
We're just Western.
West. Just West. Just West.
No, Western. People describe it as a Western.
To them.
Yeah, they do. They do, man. They do.
I think I know the name of it, but I won't be able to remember it right now. I might remember it tomorrow. Gonna call
Okay.
back tomorrow.
Should we pass it over? All right, Pete. The first clue was Western. The second
Yeah.
clue is gang.
Is what?
Gang. You want to be in my gang? Gang.
Oh, right, great Western guy. Western plays like a Western, and there's gangs in it, and it's from the 80s, and it's got 2
I didn't
words.
say there's gangs in it. I didn't say there's gangs. I said gang.
Gang.
There's a gang in it. Okay. It's a
What?
horror movie.
Hmm.
Nah, I'm gonna have to pass. I do not know.
All right. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. The next clue is bar.
Ah. Western gang.
Which movie features a bar scene
With a gang.
and with a gang, and it's like a Western.
I know what this is now.
Of course you do.
Two words.
2 words.
2 words.
Back to
Famous bar scene. Do you know any famous bar scenes in horror films, Ellwood? I'm sure you do. And it features a gang, and it's like a Western. Come on. Even Dave Boostie's got it. Dave Boostie's got the answer.
So they got the saloon doors.
No.
You said it was like a bar in like a western.
No, not like a bar in the Western. It just features a famous scene. Important part of the plot is the bar.
Like a western.
I'm not saying everything is for the exact same bit. Peter already knows it. Just moving on to Peter. You should have got it with this one. All right, Pete. The last clue.
Oh,
yeah, you got it. You got it.
Near dark.
Got it. That's it. Near dark. Near dark. Yeah, Dave Boosty got it.
Fuck that near dark.
Yeah, the last clue. The last clue was Paxton. The last clue. There's a famous scene in the bar where they kill everybody in the bar. The gang of vampires.
Ellwood hates that movie.
Seriously.
Gayest vampire flick ever.
Right. Are you ready for the next one? Pete's killing it, man. Come on, Ellwood. Right, Pete, your first clue. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, this is 90s movie, a 90s movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a movie you're familiar with, okay? All these movies are movies you're familiar with. So the first clue is Barricade. Barricade. A horror movie with 2 words. And the first clue to guess that movie is Barricade.
You've made them a bit harder this week, haven't you?
Yeah, tricky.
You got him straight away last week. Pete got that his straight away as well in one clue.
Barricade. 90s.
90s Barricade.
90s movie, and thematically, a barricade is like an important part of this, big part of the story.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pass to Ellwood.
Being barricaded in. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
The next clue is eyes. Eyes.
Eyes. Hungry guys. It's Dirty Dancing. That's 2 words.
Dirty Dancing.
It's not 90s though, is it? It's not 90s, dude. It's not horror. But go on.
Close though.
So, what movies, when you think about people being barricaded in, and eyes, something to do with eyes? Eyes are an important part of the plot.
Was it eyes? So... It is. 90s.
90s. There's not many good movies in the 90s, guys. Not many to choose from.
I'll go for Evil Dead 2.
No, but it's not bad. But no, but Evil Dead 2 is 80s. But never mind.
Dead 2.
Right, Pete. That's 80s also. 87. Right. Are you ready for your clue, Pete?
Yes, I am. I think I know what it is.
Yeah. So the first one is Barricade. Second one is Eyes, and the third one is Christ. Christ.
Is it Demon Night?
It's Demon Night. It absolutely is Demon Night.
Demon
Night. It's all barricaded in this hotel thing. Yeah. You only kill the demons by killing them in the eyes.
Yeah.
And it's all about getting the blood of Christ that's in this. And the last clue is Collector, which is
very
James role. It's called a Collector.
Film.
Well done, Pete, man. Ellwood, man. You're slipping behind, dude. Maybe you'll get this one. I'm sure you'll get this one, dude. This one is a 2000s movie. A 2000s movie. Are you ready?
Okay.
Your first clue is siblings. Dave Bushy said No Escape for that one. That was way off. I don't even know what movie that is, No Escape. Right, anyway. The first clue is for a 2000s movie, 2 words, and the first clue, one word clue is siblings. A movie with siblings.
It's not me, isn't it?
It is you, dude.
No, it's not me. Peter.
No, Pete had the last one.
I went first last time.
Oh, did you? Right, okay. All
right, go on, Pete. Siblings.
Dead Ringers.
Dead Ringers, that's 80s, but no, it's not right.
Oh, right, okay.
Your clue.
Then that's what I don't know.
Right, your clue. The first one was siblings. The second clue is smell. Smell.
Siblings and smell.
My wife's got it right.
Smell.
Your bloody wife's got it right.
You can spell it. You can
Well done,
spell it.
Javier. So, siblings is an important part of the story, and
Right.
the story, the smelling is very important to the story as well.
Siblings. I haven't got. What 90s?
2000s, dude.
I still don't know.
Right. The next clue, Pete,
Yeah.
is wings. Wings.
Wings. Wings. Wings.
Oh, the wings of
The
love.
movie has something with wings, dude.
Yeah, something that has wings.
And the
You
sense of
smell.
smell is important, and the siblings is very important as well. Is the main thing.
Smells and wings. I was going to say ginger snaps, but no, I still don't know. Back to
You're going
Ellwood.
to say that. I thought you were going to say. Right, you're going to get it here, Ellwood. I guarantee
I'm
you're going to
not-
get it.
I'm-
You are. You're going to get it. Right. The last clue is truck. Truck is the last clue. A truck. Truck
Oh,
is a big part of the story as well. Siblings and a truck. Come on. You got
I
this,
know
man.
this one. I know this. I know
Is
it.
it, what's
The
his
2000
chops?
movie. What did he say?
What's his chops? The guy. I don't know his name. Is it the one where they've made like 4 or 5 sequels?
There's a few sequels.
There's a few sequels.
And they're all shit.
Yep.
Well, I like the second one very much, but that's just me.
And they're in a field.
Field, that's a good one. I could have put Field in there,
Field. Yep.
especially for the sequel.
Oh, I can't remember the name. I'm so bad at
Come on, dude. You got this, bro. You got it. I know you know it.
I do know
Truck, wings, smell,
it. Wings,
siblings.
Thing, pretty big fly thing, scary.
Dave Boosie's got it as well.
Yeah.
Dave Boosie's got it as
Yeah.
well.
It's got a song. It's got a song, Ellwood. What's the song?
Oh, it's in a tiptoe to the tulips.
What are you doing, dude?
Is that one? Is that one?
Oh, not that one. No,
No.
not that. Different song. Try a different song.
Fucking hell. Tiptoe to the tulips. I'm sure it was. No, I don't.
Peter, man, put us out of our misery.
Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers, dude.
Yeah, he's the
Siblings, the main cast, yeah, the main people are two brother and
Just
sister.
a long eye.
Smell. The creeper finds the organs with the sense of smell, doesn't he? Picks them out, and he's got wings.
He's listening
and
to
a
that song
truck.
at the start. Oh, he's listening to that song at the start. Fuck's sake. Fucking cheap speech, motherfucker.
Right. Was that you, or was that
No, I think I deserve a point because I sung the song.
for getting it wrong?
I sung the theme tune.
Right, is it your turn, Pete? This is the last one now.
Okay, yeah, it's my turn.
It's your turn. Right. I think you'll get this pretty quickly. Maybe not from the first one though. Right.
Okay.
This is a movie from the 2010s. Yeah.
Okay.
2-word title, 2010s. And the first clue is stalk. Stalk.
Stalk.
No, Dave Bushy doesn't like Jeepers Creepers. He likes the second one though. And the third one was terrible. Third one was terrible. Reboot's terrible also.
Stalk. Was it that fucking Mark Wahlberg horrible film where he's a boyfriend? No, can't be that.
No.
I do not know.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Where he goes to the fucking the thing in the door and that.
Fear.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's it. Fear.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Over to Ellwood. I don't know at the moment.
Okay, Pete. Are you ready for the next clue? The next clue is pool. Pool.
Cool. So what was the first clue?
The first clue is stalk. So you want a 2010s horror movie
Cool.
where stalking is a big part of the movie, being stalked. and the second clue is pool. Something, yeah, like a memorable scene in the movie involves a pool.
Cool.
A pool.
Cool. Stalking in the pool.
Dave Bucci said The Mist. That's 19. That's what year was The Mist? Was that 2007 or something? Or...
Stalking in the pool.
No, it was in the 90s, wasn't it? It was in the 90s.
No.
I can't remember.
I don't know. Pass it over to Peter. I'm still upset about Jeepers.
Say again?
I'm upset about Jeepers Creepers, to be fair.
Oh, right. Dave Bucci said Children of the Corn. No, that's no,
Forward.
That's way off. Right. So your first clue was stalk. Second clue was pool. Yeah. Third clue is curse. Curse.
Stalk. Pool.
You're gonna kick yourself if you don't get it now, dude.
Is it The Ring?
No, 2010s, dude. 2010.
Oh, 2010s.
You're on the right track, like. Curse.
Yeah, stalk. Pool.
Yeah, 2010.
The movie where a pool was a significant part of it, and stalking.
Don't leave me. I don't know about the pool. I don't know no pools.
Stalk, pool, and cursed. Yeah, I'm going to kick myself out over to Ellwood. I don't know.
All right. You got to get this now. The last clue is STD. STD.
STD in a pool.
Oh, I know this. Yeah. I know this.
STD in a pool in the 90s.
Yeah.
No, 2010.
2010. So between 2010 and 2020.
And you got STD, yeah?
Stalking's involved. Scene with a pool. A curse. STDs.
Yeah.
Curse?
So obvious, dude.
Is it?
Do you even watch movies? What the hell?
You will know this movie, Ellwood. You will know this movie.
A pool with STDs.
Joe's got it. Well done, Joe. And hello, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
I don't know what it is.
All right, I'm going to let Joe answer the question for you. Are you ready? Oh, Pete, you know it, don't you? Go on, say it.
It follows.
Oh, fuck off.
It follows.
How
did you not get that, man? I couldn't have spelled it out any more for you.
Wait there. What were the clues again?
Stalk.
Yes.
Stalking, stalk.
Yeah.
Pool, there's a famous scene in the pool in It Follows.
Right, yes.
And a curse, it is
It
is a curse. And STD, it's literally an STD curse.
You have to sleep with someone, don't you, to pass it on?
Yeah, pass it on, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I should have got that.
No, Dave Bush hasn't seen it, so he didn't get it.
Well, Dave, sort yourself out.
Get it seen.
It's a good thing. It's one of the only good of this type of movie. Right, let's get these last couple of movies done.
Yep.
So Pete trounced you there, Ellwood, man.
I'm not surprised.
You did really well last week. I don't understand. You were tied, and it was just like that one answer he got better than you, but
Yeah,
you were tied last week.
You made them harder.
It was difficult this week.
If we do it again, it'll be movies with 3 words, so it might be even harder. Right. So the next one, guys, for our remake list, we've only got 2, 4, 5 to go, and we've got The Thing from 1982. We all know what the crack is with this movie.
Yeah.
Is there anything special you want to say? We've talked about it a lot.
Listen, for me, it's probably my favorite movie of all time. I think it's a masterpiece. I think it's an example of where a director, rather than remake the original movie, has gone back to the source material and made the a version that's more faithful to who goes there, the wee novelette. And I think that's why it's successful, to be fair. I love this movie, and check this out. I'm addicted to buying this movie on every edition
Holy cow,
that
dude.
bloody comes out of this movie. I love it. It's my 4K version. And that's me. That's me. It's got a nice little poster in there as well. And that's without all the VHS things and all that kind of shit. I love this movie. Like
You
I
need
said,
help, bro. You need help.
I know. I can't help every. They know it as well. The Universal Pictures. They keep bringing out new editions, and I'm going. Well, I've got to buy it. I've got to buy it. But yeah, listen. I think it's a perfect film. This, mate. I watch it.
Yeah.
At least a couple of times a year. It's an absolute classic for me. So on to you guys.
Awesome. It's just read that comment there. Joe Norton says that she saw It Follows with you, Ellwood.
Yeah, she did.
No excuses, mate. No
I
excuses.
made her watch it.
Right.
She liked it, dude.
Okay, so yeah, I can't say a bad word about The Thing. It's one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. It doesn't get much better than that. And I've got to say I agree totally. It's pretty much a perfect film. John Carpenter at his best, doing his thing. Are you a big fan, Ellwood? Gotta be.
Oh, I've never
Anyway.
seen it about.
Shut up, man.
About what goes on, what happens.
Ellwood, I think I've got a copy. I'll lend you.
Actually, I've got a copy as well. I'll lend it to you as well.
Oh, okay. I'll lend a copy of that. Who's in
Right.
it? Kurt Russell. I like him.
Right then, let's just stick it in there. There's no suspense in where it's going to go. We all bloody know where it's going to go. So it's been a while since you had one in the all-time classic, and there it is, along with the Fly, Invasion, the Body Snatcher, Evil Dead. I don't know if there was one tier above all-time classic, The Thing would be in there.
I would agree. Absolutely.
Right, dudes. Just 4 more left to go, and the next one is Toolbox Murders.
Oh,
Let me get on screen. Oh, I didn't even have it on screen, guys. You should have said. Right, Toolbox Murders.
From 2004, directed by Toby Hooper. We did obviously Texas Chainsaw and Poltergeist. I'm not sure what the budget was for this. Here is Christian Bale stated in an interview that he tried hard to contact Toby Hooper for the role of Stephen Burrows, and even personally recorded and sent a screen test of himself, but was never called back. He instead focused on scoring the role for Batman Begins. So he wanted to be in it. Weird. I haven't seen this movie. I know. Oh, no.
That makes zero sense at all.
Is Stephen Burrows the killer? I don't know. But anyway,
I don't even know who that is.
I haven't seen this movie for donkeys, mate, since it first came up. I think it's got Angela Bethis in, who was.
That's
really
right.
good in
She's the
movie,
main one in it.
She's the main lady. I remember it being okay, but quite boring, mate. So going on that, I'm gonna have to go decent because it's Toby Hooper. I can't say awful.
Have you seen it, Ellwood?
I didn't know Toby Hooper did it.
Yeah, Toby Hooper did, and it's amazing that he did it because it ain't very good, man.
I looked at the
It's
cover
just
and I thought
not a very good. I knew something was wrong. I put it on. I thought, look, it's even got a 2 disc set with it, so it must be something to this movie. And I put it on, and in the very, very first scene, you know who shows up? Sherry Moon Zombie is in this movie.
fuck
It's the first thing you see, and I thought, oh my god, this is going to be shit. And guess what? It was shit. This movie's rubbish, man. It's really badly made. It's badly acted. It looks horrible, and it makes zero sense at all. I had no idea what was happening in the whole movie. It just didn't make any sense. It is rubbish. It might be Tobe Hooper. I was gonna say Tobe Hooper was worse, but he's made some dog shit movies.
He's dead now, isn't he?
He is dead, yeah. He might have died of shame after Toolbox Murders. I don't know. No, that's harsh. That's harsh. The guy made Poltergeist and Texas Chainsaw and Salem's Lot. So he's done enough. He's done enough in my books. But really, man, should have retired. Yeah. I mean, these are as bad as some of the ones he made in the late 80s with Robert Englund. When, you know, those two together made some shitey films.
Yeah.
with,
they do.
Toby Hooper and Robert Englund,
Mangler
and that's as bad as that. But honestly, man, it's dreadful. It really is bad. I have no idea why they got to this set. It's a very, very shoddy movie, and it sucks. It sucks. So you ain't seen it, Ellwood. You barely remember it, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to just put it in awful because that's what it is. It's just a waste of space. So I'll stick that in awful right next to The Haunting and The Fog and the Suspiria remake and Shutter and Slumber Party Massacre, Psycho, Halloween Martyrs, Prom Night, Good Night Mommy. Oh my god, so many bad movies. Right.
Awful,
And the next one, guys, is Village of the Damned, which I also watched today.
No way. Where'd you watch that at?
I've got this app on my phone called, what's it called? It's called Cult Flicks or something. I can't remember what it's called. But it's just like an app that you just pick a movie and it just gives you a link and you just go ahead and watch it.
Oh, no way. Yeah, I couldn't get that movie years ago, but I can't remember anything.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times, but not for a long time. So I just watched it again today. Go on then, Pete. Got anything to say about it?
It was made in 1995 by John Carpenter. The budget was 22 million, which is fucking
22.
Amazing. It was 22 million. Yeah, 22 million because it looks like a TV movie. Like this.
That's exactly what it looks like. I think you check what the budget was in The Mouth of Madness. I'm sure you've told us because in The Mouth of Madness looks 10 times as good as that.
Totally. In a 2011 interview, Carpenter described the film as a contractual assignment, which he was really not passionate about, which kind of shows, I think, in the movie.
Yeah, got no heart this movie at all.
It's got no heart, this movie, exactly. It's very bright. It's nice to see Christopher Reeve on screen. I thought he plays this character quite well. And Christopher Reeve's, about the only real good thing I can say about the movie. The premise is really good. It should be a better movie. But I don't think the little kids with bloomin' albino white hair works. Maybe worked in the black and white version, the original version, but not in the color version at all. So I'm gonna say it's a bad movie. Unfortunately, it's a bad movie.
Yeah, it hurts to say that, doesn't it? Putting John Carpenter in the bad. It hurts to say, but look, In the Mouth of Madness had a budget of 8 million, and this had a budget of 3 times as much as In the Mouth of Madness, and that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, I watched it today, man, and I try my every time I watch a John Carpenter film, I try my best to enjoy it and get the most out of it, especially the ones that I'm not massive fans of. Pretty much any movie after In the Mouth of Madness, I have to put full effort to try and enjoy it as much as I can. But this one, man, it's no good, man. It's no good. You can tell it just doesn't feel like a John Carpenter movie at all. No, not in any way. I think it's got the same bloody director of photography as In the Mouth of Madness. Obviously the same director, and it's like night and day. Them two movies, and they made like a year apart. Yeah, man. I mean, I like the original. I remember watching the original, and it's a nice, creepy little story. But this one, it was just, I don't know. All the kids were annoying. They looked stupid with white hair, and I didn't like Christopher Reeve very much in it. I don't think he does very much. He's no Superman in this. I didn't like anything about it, I've got to say. The only thing I did like is the kids' eyes. They kind of change colour. The glow and change colour. I bet a bit of the budget went on that. And that looks good. But everything else, man, was... It's even got half the actors that he has, like Peter Jason's in there. And Buck Flowers is in there. There's a fog bag out there. That guy. He's in there. And he's rubbish in this one. And the effects aren't very good. Oh, man, this one bit. I watched it and I was like, no, that's horrible. So Buck Flowers, he's like the janitor in the school, and the kids have to get taught by themselves because everyone's scared of these kids. They know that they can read people's minds, things. So Christopher Reeve was teaching him, and then he has to go outside, and then the janitor comes in, Buck Flowers, and he says to the kids, "There's a fog bag out there." No, he doesn't say that, but he says, "I know what you're up to, you little kids, you little shits." And then he's like, has his little mop with him, and he's like pretending to like poke them, and he accidentally hits one of the kids, and so the eyes start glowing, and he goes outside, and like there's a ladders outside, and they make him walk up the steps. He's got no control. They make him walk up the steps. He's got this mop, and he puts the mop handle in front of him like this, and then just falls off and lands on a car, and the thing goes through him. And it's like the worst bit of like fake body prosthetics I've ever seen in my life, man. It looks awful. No, there's all movies where you see people fall off cliffs and fall off, and it just looks like a dummy. It was like that, man. And it was only like 2 stories high. I mean, it looks so awful. I was like, oh, I felt so bad for the movie and for John Carpenter. Like, why have you done that, mate? You can do better than that, honestly. Yeah, he totally, man. He was like, I don't know what he was thinking. Don't know. I think he lost his mojo when In the Mouth of Madness wasn't a hit. He must have something must have happened. Something clicked in his head, and he just can't make good movies anymore. It's not good, man. Even like being as generous as I can't even stick it in decent. It's just not. It's daft and stupid and doesn't work. It's rubbish. Not as bad as Escape from LA, but it's pretty bad. The thing is, it's like it's so nondescript. It's unmemorable. Like nothing about it is like. There's no John Carpenter moments in that whole movie. At least have even vampires. I don't even like vampires, but it has a couple of John Carpenter moments. Some scenes that are like pure John Carpenter, like just little bits. But this has nothing. None of that whatsoever. It's such a shame. No, it really is. It's a crying shame. Sorry, John, if you're watching, mate. It's a stinker. It is absolutely. Right, so I'm gonna. So he's pretty bad. I won't put it in awful because it's. I don't think any John Carpenter film can be awful. I don't know. Escape from LA is pretty bad. Anyway, let's stick that in bad because it is. I'm afraid it just is. And those kids are so annoying in that movie, man. Yeah, and it's weird. All the people in the movie are like TV people. I mean, like Kirstie Alley's in it, and Michael Parring's in it. B movie people. It's like all these B movie people. I'm like, why did he hire all these B movie people? Sure, he can get better people than that.
She died recently, didn't she, Kirstie Alley?
Oh yeah.
Oh, she did. Yeah. Right. Moving on, and the next we've only got literally 2 movies left. And the next one is When a Stranger Calls from my copy. It's from 2006.
Yeah, 2006. It was directed by Simon West, who directed Tomb Raider, Con Air, but he also did Rick Astley.
Con Air,
yeah. He also did Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up video, man. Did you know that? The guy who made Con Air did Rick Astley's video. The budget for this one was 15 million. Trivia is, although the stranger is played by Scottish-born actor Tommy Flanagan, the phone call voice is actually Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, I didn't clock that until I watched the credits at the end, and I thought, was it really?
Yeah,
I didn't clock it until the credits came on.
I don't remember much about this film. I have seen it though, mate. I'm a big fan of the original. I do like the original. I think it's a nasty piece of work.
It's a solid, genuinely creepy film.
Definitely. I don't remember much about it, mate. Honestly, I don't remember being over the moon with it. I don't remember being pissed off with it either. It was kind of a generic, safe Hollywood remake, PG-13 type, shut it out remake. So I'll put decent because I'm charitable.
I can't believe you said that. Genuinely, I watched this movie. And I fell asleep. I honestly fell asleep watching this movie. And I would wake up every time the phone rings in the movie. I go, oh, and then I watch it for literally about 30 seconds and I fall back asleep again. It's so boring, this film. It is absolutely boring all the way through. Seriously, man. Even the pretty woman in the main characters is quite pretty. It's not enough to keep my eyes awake, man. It's like, I can't believe this dude made Con Air, one of the most exciting movies ever made. Like action-packed and entertaining. And he makes this movie, and it's like, honestly, man, this is very, very, very bad movie. It's terrible. Okay. Rotten. Absolutely rotten. Nothing. I'm not even sure. I'm sure I've missed big chunks of the movie because I did fall asleep. And then literally a few days later, I thought, I better watch the rest of the movie. So wherever it was, I'd stopped watching it. I watched it from there. So I might have missed some little clumps. But honestly, man, it sent me to sleep. It sent me, and the ending was rubbish, absolute rubbish. Nah, I thought it was crap, absolute rubbish, bad. Have you seen it, Ellwood?
I really want to now. I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
Well,
No,
if you want to put it in awful, that's fine with me.
Seriously, man, it deserves to be an awful. It's like one of the laziest, like low effort, like. Yeah, the weird thing is, the original movie is like proper creepy, man. Seriously, and this one has none of that creep factor whatsoever. It's like, at least try going for like the atmosphere of the original. If you're not gonna have exactly the same, which it pretty much is, but at least keep that the most important bits. I don't know why they don't want to try and keep those bits, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like a TV movie. It looks nice to look at, but it's like empty. It's totally empty and lazy and awful and crap. Yeah, one of the worst remakes I think I've seen since we've been starting doing this one. Yeah, just because it was dull. It was so dull, man. So dull. Wasn't invested even for a second. All right, I'll quickly go through his comments before we get on to the last. So I'll quickly stick that in. Get it back on the screen. I'll quickly stick it in. Awful, because I'm afraid it is awful. Helps if I was on the right screen. Another one in awful. Guys, avoid these movies. There's 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 movies to avoid. Can you see that, Pete? Yeah, you see it all?
Yeah, I can see
absolutely.
Them.
Avoid. Yeah. And right, let's quickly go to the comments before we go on to the last movie. Where are we at here? Right. Dave says I give Village of the Damned 7 out of 10. Underrated movie. He likes it. I tried, man. Honestly, I tried. I didn't like a part of the ending, and bits and pieces didn't work for me, but it was kind of okay. Give it a C. The dude's generous. Imagine if they remade American in Paris, but made it with practical effects in people from the original bit of the flashback. Oh, right, okay. American Werewolf in Paris. This part of that movie I quite like in American Werewolf in Paris. There's parts of it. I remember a few good jump scares in that movie, but it goes off the rails, that dude. Totally does. But again, I do see the logical point that if you see a bad IP, it's typically obvious that it will be crap if you already think the IP is crap. Yeah, understood. Dave says, I think from seeing the American Werewolf in London poster next to Pete made me think of that earlier. I found the Toolbox Murders remake very subpar. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Generous. Actually, 4.5. More like it. I'll revise my rating of Village of the Damned and give it just a 7. We might be one of the few who thinks it's okay. Right, it's just sometimes when you sit back and think about it, it's sometimes a review sits on my brain, but I just can't get on ahead with some kind of stick in my brain. Mark Hamill was in it. Yes, he was. Not very much like. The original, When a Stranger Calls, I like basically. I give it 8 out of 10. The remake, the calls are coming from inside the house, doesn't mean much anymore. Yeah, this remake I found forgettable. Yeah, I wish I could forget it. Right, let's go on to the last movie. Guys, you've gone for a long time. I didn't realize it was going to be. Right, the last movie, guys, is Cape Fear, which I watched yesterday. Anything to say about that thing?
I watched it recently as well. I showed it to my daughter. I love Cape Fear.
Saw the pictures, didn't we? Saw the pictures.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think it's a fantastic exercise in absolute tension. This movie, it's got it's Scorsese doing his thing. He's a master of his craft, right enough, but he's even borrowing a little bit here and there from Alfred Hitchcock in this movie.
Camera work's great in this movie.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Camera's moving all the time, man. It's very like
armory. You know what I mean? It's it's excellent. De Niro's fucking terrifying in it, and Nick Nolte and his family are just fucking immense. In it, every part about this movie works. Like for me, it's an absolute classic because I'll watch it again and again.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Ellwood?
Yeah, absolute classic. Brilliant. Watched it yesterday. Loved it. The scene with Billy, Juliet, what's the chops? In the theatre when he's pretending to be the drama teacher, she's sucking his thumb and that. I was like, oh, what are you doing?
You know, that's the only scene in the movie I don't actually like. I don't like that whole scene.
It's a bit
That's the only bit.
unnerving.
I don't
like it though. But it is unbearably tense because you know that he's a bad man and he's what he's doing is horrific. Like and she's fallen for it. She's that.
Yeah. It goes on too long, man. It goes on way too long, that scene. It doesn't need to be that long.
I think it's meant to be like that though, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, but it's not that bit's not. I don't know. I don't like that bit. They could have made it shorter or just took it out completely. They didn't need to have that bit in it. I think it's a wicked movie. I wouldn't put it all-time classic. I'm going to say it's a bit silly. It's a bit silly in places. It doesn't make much sense. What's that?
You're absolutely right, Ellwood. The score is amazing.
The music
is overplayed, doesn't it? It overplays that fucking tune all the way through the movie. Like
you're humming that shit for days after you've seen that movie. Waking up to be like,
fantastic.
I'm going for a shit.
I was gonna say Village of the Damned. That's another one that it's got no score. It's got a little lullaby bit in it, but it's a John Carpenter movie without a theme, without like a proper John Carpenter theme. What's he doing? I don't know. They couldn't be asked. He does the music. The music's credited to him, and he does nothing with it at all. Might be his worst theme song as well. Yeah. Anyway, Cape Fear. I found Jessica Lange and Juliette Lewis kind of annoying until they escape the house and go on the boat. Then they become nice, like they're like working as a team. I didn't like the wifey and the daughter. I did not like them, man. It got on my nerves. Proper got on my nerves.
Is that the little model boat? And they crush it.
Yeah. That was it was fun. That was fun.
That's the shit.
Everything else I really liked. I really liked it. I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a bit in the movie where the private detective is like staking out the house. They're pretending to go away, but they've come back to the house, and the private detective there with his gun, with a little trap set up, and so the trap thing goes off or whatever. But it was like they think it's the maid, so he comes in and goes, "Oh, it's the maid," and it is the maid. If you look, it's the maid. And she even talks like the maid, and it's not it's not Max Cady, man. It's not. If you go in there and you see him go, "Oh, it's only you. Can you not sleep?" And then you see her, they show her like side of the face, and it's her. It ain't Rob De Niro. And then she talks. She says something as well, and then 2 seconds later, it's Max Cady. I'm like, that's dodgy. That like, it's not like they made him the whole time it was here. No, they just switched it. They switched that, man. They're trying to fool us.
I don't mind.
Watch the movie again, man. It's the maid. It is
because
the maid. And then all of a sudden it's Rob De Niro.
Go take that 65-inch TV back, man. It's ruining all your fucking films. It's as simple as that. And every week you're gonna come on saying, "Oh, this is shit." Take it fucking back and go get a fucking 55 like everybody else.
I'll tell you what. Riddle me this, Pete. Riddle me this. How the hell they go from their house all the way to Cape Fear? Way to Cape Fear. How many hours they're driving? And Robert De Niro is just sitting underneath the car, underneath the truck.
Over the thingy.
Yeah, still. So what? There's no way on earth. He's staying on there.
He tells
on a 4 or 5 hour trip.
He says,
"No way."
He lights a flare that burns all down his arm, and that he's going.
He gives a reason for it. He gives a reason for it.
Yeah, he doesn't care about.
He gives a reason for it. Okay, then riddle me this, right? He gets set on fire, right? Yeah. And he jumps overboard in the water in a storm. In a fucking
water puts out fire, Bas. Water puts out fire.
No, but no, listen. And this boat is like, it's got no anchor. It's whooshing around white squall or whatever, right? In the storm. And Robert De Niro He's in the water. He pops out the water, sticks his hand out the water, and grabs the fucking rope that Anchor was on. It's just like, without even looking, he went, I'll have that. And I'm like, how the fuck did he do that? Are you kidding me? There's no way on earth he's doing that. Even if it was a calm day and the boat hadn't even moved, how the hell did he do that? You can't even see underwater, dude. In the nighttime, you think you can see in the water in the nighttime? Yeah. It's not happening. Put all them things together. There's no way he's just doing that. It's not like he's doing this.
So,
there's the rope. I got it. He just does that. He does that and grabs the fucking thing. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's all in the reflexes, Vass. It's all in the reflexes.
Yeah, that lighter fluid should have got him. That should be the end of him, shouldn't it? Really.
I don't even mind him surviving that because he jumped straight.
I liked him. I liked him speaking in tongues at the end when he's going down. Going,
yeah. That was comical. That was. Yeah.
Yeah. I
didn't even catch the first time or the second time or the third time that he was speaking in tongues. I just thought because he's in the water, you can't understand what he's saying. And then I was watching it, and that's what he's doing. He's speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
All that all that business. Yeah.
And the handcuffs raise up to the top, and then that's it.
Look, it's a fantastic film. It's a fantastic film, but it's too. The point I was trying to make was it's a bit too silly, a bit out there to say it's an all-time classic. That's what I was going to say, because those bits there are pretty notable, dude. Pretty notable. But you know, like I said before, if I'm outvoted, I don't mind. You know, I'll defer to the democracy here. So if you two say it's an all-time classic, we'll stick it in all-time classic. But those are my reasons for not. I think they're pretty damn good reasons as well. And that Juliette Lewis scene, I don't like watching that bit.
Sorry, I would put in an all-time classic.
Yeah, Ellwood's right.
Yeah.
Ellwood's right.
Okay,
right.
Fair enough. I made my case.
It spawned fucking probably the last great Simpsons episode where they remade fucking Cape Fear with Sideshow Bob. Like, was
yeah.
And it was the same tune.
Exactly.
They did. I think that's the tune from the original, which I've not seen. I've not seen the original. Have you guys?
Gregory Peck.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I'll tell you what I like about the movie is that Nick Nolte. I think he's a good match with Robert De Niro because Nick Nolte's like a big guy in it. Mm-hmm. So it makes Robert De Niro even scarier that he's scaring Nick Nolte because Nick Nolte's he's like he can handle himself because he's Nick Nolte. In this one, like Robert De Niro's proper. He's the man. Right. Anyway, guys, we have completed our ranking of 65 horror remakes, and we found ourselves with 5 all-time classics. All movies. I'd say all these movies might be better than the original. Although I've not seen Cape Fear, so I can't really say. But The Thing definitely is. The Fly, I think it is as well. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 50-50. Evil Dead, I like it better than the original, but not better than Evil Dead 2.
Better than the Evil Dead 1.
Yeah, better than Evil Dead 1, but not as good as Evil Dead 2.
Okay.
And in the excellent, we've got all these awesome movies. And in the very good, we've got all these Coolio films. Apart from My Spit in Your Grave. Even though I haven't seen it, I don't really think it should be there.
And The Witcher and The Eye.
And maybe you might have a point there, Pete. Not with The Hitch. The Hitch is better than The Eye. That's what I'm thinking. The Hitch is better than The Eye. Maybe The Eye should go down one.
The Hitcher should.
You put The Eye down there, decent, because I've got to say The Hitcher and Last House on the Left are a lot better than The Eye, and The Ring is better than The Eye. Mirrors is better than The Eye. Piranha 3D, yeah, it's more entertaining than The Eye. I like all these movies better than. I think I like the Eye least out of all these movies, guys.
Decent.
Should you put it down?
No, it was fucking terrible, man. It was garbage. I would put it in fucking don't want to see ever again.
But obviously, you have a thing about it that you don't like it.
Yeah, it's just shit. I'm going
to put that down, dudes. Let's put that down.
It too, Electric Boogaloo.
There we go.
I'm saying that.
Right. So in the decent, we've got all these worthwhile films. Is there anything you want to change there, guys? If you want to change it, just tell me. I'll change it. I'm not gonna cry about it or anything.
Yeah, put Night of the Living Dead at 1.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
We'll switch it with
yeah.
the eye. If it makes you happy, we'll do that. Right, and these are all the bad movies that are all massive disappointments.
Yeah.
And then we have the awful ones that are just, they were just awful. Right.
Yeah.
So, guys, the question is, what movies would you like to see remade or second goes on remakes that you think might do a better job? Any thoughts?
I've got a list.
A list? Wow.
I made a list then. So Impulse deserves a remake. We watched it recently. Impulse, that one with Bill
Impulse,
Paxton.
right.
And that.
Yeah.
Fucking, you could definitely do a great remake of that. Let me have a look. So I've got quite a big list here. So I've got Cell 211, which is a great film. It's more of an action film, though, to be fair. Tourist Trap, Night Watch and Day Watch, House, the William Cat House. You could do a quick kick-ass remake if you wanted to. Shocker, Superstition, The Entity could be upgraded to change some of the annoying bits that I don't like out of the movie. Demons, The Beast Within, Pumpkinhead, The Stuff, Cujo, Scanners, The Burning, Phantasm, I Saw the Devil, The Orphanage, and I even toyed with the idea of Event Horizon, but it's maybe too soon for Event Horizon.
Mm-hmm. Weren't Night Watch and Day Watch, weren't they out after Event Horizon?
Night Watch and Day Watch?
Yeah.
Yes, they were. Yeah. But Night Watch and Day Watch, the vampire films, the Russian vampire films. Yeah.
Is that not what you said you wanted to remake?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind seeing remakes of those. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but you said Event Horizon might be too soon, but all those movies were made after Event Horizon.
Oh no, what I mean by that, what I mean by that is you can go back and watch Event Horizon. I kind of like it a lot, so it still holds up, type of thing. Yeah, special effects wise, everything still holds up.
Yeah, Event Horizon doesn't need a remake, man.
Too soon.
In my opinion. Yeah, okay. Any ideas, Ellwood?
I
thoughts?
I haven't got a big list like that, but I did have the stuff. No. The stuff should be remade. The stuff was brilliant. You can get the full HD movie on YouTube.
You like this stuff?
It's there waiting for you, yeah. With all the...
are you a fan of the movie?
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant stuff.
Is it? You like it?
You don't like the stuff?
I don't mind it. It's just acting's not very good, and it's a bit
that's why it's been remade.
But it has a few really awesome, memorable scenes in it. But overall, no.
They could remake that so much better now.
Oh, I agree. That they could do a really good remake on it.
And I had Dracula properly to the book, because every single time they make Dracula, even Bram Stoker's Dracula and all the other ones, they always miss out the massive chunk where he arrives in Whitby. And I mean, that's where she gets first.
Yeah.
That's where she gets bitten up the 199 steps. She goes to the Abbey outside St. Mary's Church, sits on the bench. Dracula comes along, bites Lucy, and that's how she becomes a vampire, because they're on holiday there for like 6 weeks. And Bram Stoker was on holiday there for 6 weeks. That's where he wrote it, in the same hotel. So they don't, but I always just miss that. They go from Transylvania to fucking London. Whereas you have to go to Whitby first for 6 weeks to get bitten and shit.
Right.
So I would like them to do that and film it in Whitby. I think a few guys a few years ago tried to make a one filmed in Whitby, but it never got off the. They didn't have the funds. It never got nowhere. But yeah, that's what I would like, because Whitby's such a scene. I mean, you can see everything. The hotel on West Cliff where Bram Stoker stayed and where he wrote the book. Out his window, you can see all the way down to like all the boats and that, and you can see all the 199 steps, all the way up to Abbey. All spooky as fuck, man. Yeah, they should do a remake of Dracula and film it there. And not Winona Ryder shagging a wolf. Because that wasn't even in the book. Wasn't.
Okay. Is that the last one?
So, and I had one of your favourites as well, Brain Scan.
Oh, Brain. Okay, Brain Scan.
Oh, right, yeah.
Cyber horror movies, wasn't it? If you think about it, they could
Yeah,
remake
yeah.
now.
I could see that.
Yeah,
They could remake it now with VR.
Hmm.
Doing the shit in VR, killing people
Yeah.
in VR. Fuck me, it's real. Fuck, it's real. There you go. Sorted. That would be a good
Awesome.
one. Edward Furlong, I don't know if he could. Maybe he couldn't.
Maybe they wouldn't want him. Maybe.
No, maybe he's not well enough. How old's Edward now? Is he the same age as us?
I think he's there or thereabouts, mate. Aye.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he's there or thereabouts.
Did you watch the new Terminator where they're like fucking digitize his little and killed him?
And killed him, man.
I didn't see it.
Well, I watched it. Unfortunately, it's not very good. It's not very good. I can't remember the last time I saw a good Terminator film. To be fair, they're all pretty enough.
I've never seen them doing it, like how they did it, how they did all the effects and stuff, but I haven't seen the film.
No. Well, you're not missing much, mate.
Poor Edward.
Ellwood.
Yeah, he should be in that. Edward, Brain Scan 2. Do it. We can make it.
Maybe they'll recast him as a teacher or something, or
Yeah.
or maybe the cop.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, man. To be fair, with the clip of him these days, you could pretty much cast him as that demon motherfucker, man. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't need no body prosthetics. That's for sure, man. Big cheeseburger eating motherfucker.
What, the trickster or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, trickster.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I didn't really have any. The only one I wanted to see remade was a movie that they were going to remake. They were going to make American Werewolf in London. They were going to remake it, and Max Landis, John Landis' son, had written a story for it and was going to direct it, and then he got cancelled. Yeah, he got cancelled, so they cancelled doing the movie. And he did on his YouTube channel. He like pretty much read out his whole screenplay, like laid it all out, and it sounded fantastic. It sounded really, really good. I would have loved to have seen that, but it's never going to happen now. But yeah, that was one. When I first heard that, because I rate the guy very highly. He's a very entertaining dude and he's very talented. But that's not going to happen anymore. But I would have loved to have seen American Werewolf in London done by his son. And apparently John Landis had read the script and he was like all for it. Like he was up for it as well, like saying give him his blessing and all that. But yeah, but that was really the only one. So okay, let's go through these last comments and then we'll wrap everything up. All right, where are we at here? We missed a few there.
Well, we're there. I've got a movie T-shirt on. Look.
Oh, nice.
What is
Whale
it?
and Yutani.
What is it?
Aliens, yeah, aliens.
I got it straight away. So.
Right. Got that one. Okay, Dave says I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember it being weakly melodramatic, especially soundtrack wise. The movie Cape Fear. From what I remember of it, I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't rate it, like they'd rather watch Sounds of the Lambs or something, but I find it far more entertaining than Sounds of the Lambs, I'm gonna say.
Totally.
Even though he's not a serial killer or anything in it, but it's got that same kind of vibe, you know, like Rob De Niro, man, is so good in that movie.
Yeah.
Dave Boosty says I'll give it a 7 out of 10, but the only thing I remember not liking about it was the music, which is, I love the music, man. Apparently it's the same score from the original, they just like redid it. Dave says I remember there were great performances throughout by most of the cast, and the story was kind of cool and kind of creepy. But I don't know, I just remember overall the movie being a little lacking. Dave says it didn't have a bad soundtrack, I just found that they tuned the music a little too loud. Good times they didn't need them. Yeah, I love when the screen goes red and then it goes into that negative look. That's on the close-up. It's very, very good, man. Dave says the movie and the book To Kill a Mockingbird is good stuff. I think it's a little overrated, but it's a good old movie. It's a good old good versus evil tale. Yeah, I agree with that.
No.
Dave says, from what I remember, I'll give To Kill a Mockingbird 7 out of Boost to 10. That's a classic, that dude. Dave says, just as usual, given the top of my head opinion on most of the ratings here for fun. Some I did actually previously give ratings already. All in good subjective fun, thank God. We're all a very bit different. Echo popped in to say hello. Hi, mate.
Hello.
In my opinion, nothing should be remade ever again, plus no prequels ever again. The remake of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, which is a remake of a few versions of the source material already, plus the Disney version. How did we get to Hunchback of Notre Dame? I'm not sure. Dave says, so it's going to be a remake of a Disney remake, live action of a remake of other versions of... I think there is an original Hunchback of Notre Dame in the 20s. I think you're right. I think that's one of the Universal movies was Hunchback. Sivas, you have American Werewolf for London movies on the brain as well as me today. Yeah. It was something I was thinking about. Right, so we've got to the end. We ranked them movies.
We did.
Good job, guys. That was a mammoth task, that was. Took 3 hours today, 2 hours last week, 2 and a bit hours the week before. They go through 65 movies.
You only have 15 today.
15 movies.
Yeah, I did 15 today. It took 3 hours. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right. I even had the wrong banner on the whole time as well. Anyway. Right, so thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. We will be back soon. Hopefully Ellwood will join us as well. That'd be awesome. We'll be pleased as punch if he'd be with us on another episode of the Horror Livestreams Matter Show. But until next time,
knowledge.
Say again?
Expert movie knowledge.
Yeah, totally. I mean, do a couple more of these, and you'll be at the same level as me and Pete. You're just not there yet, but I see you getting closer and closer.
Thanks. Dude.
Right, so we're going to turn in, and we wish you all have a good week. Anything to say, guys, before we end the broadcast?
Bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave. And thanks for having us, Vass. Yeah, we'll see you next time.
You're welcome. The Three Amigos will be back.